Welcome everybody to Tuesday night. I'm your host, MC Toon. Tonight we've got a debate. The debate is with somebody I haven't had on for a long time, and some people were saying I should definitely get him back. So we'll see how it goes. We've got in the house, Rad Vlad. There it is. Say hi, Mr. Vlad. You can say something there.
Something there.
All right. This is live stream number 400. I don't usually say this. 452. And the last time you were here was 114.
How many years has it been?
Well, that's at least 3 years, I think. So, all right.
Wow. Time flies.
Yes. So, now beforehand, you were telling me something about your proofs.
Yeah. You want to get right into it, or
no, I think the audience wants to know the word that you used to describe your proofs.
Infallible.
Oh, it was a different word.
Well, they were impenetrable.
That was the word.
Impenetrable, okay. I won't use the big words around you if you have a hard time.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
I can tone it down a little.
No, don't feel like you need to tone it down at all. We can all go to dictionary.com and look up anything that you say, unless it's not a real word, and then we'll have to go to urbandictionary.com.
I'll dumb it down a little for your audience, your listeners, so they can understand what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, I mean, we've already teased them. Then maybe you should just jump right into it with your impenetrable.
Okay, how many rounds is this going? Is this a 12 rounder, or are we doing a 4 rounder?
Well, probably I'm planning to give you a KO in the first round here. So
I'm not even warmed up yet. We're already going to the debate. Like we didn't even get to know each other a little bit. Little small talk. You move fast. Like I can imagine you on a date.
Yeah. Yep.
You must.
I've never been accused of being too slow.
I believe it. I believe it. Okay, well, I'm going to throw this one at you. And you and your listeners, I'm going to take away something very precious from you guys. Okay, and what it is this. I'm going to tell you this. You see, I have a list of my questions here. Now you've heard this one before, but I'm gonna nail it down with some heavy duty spikes you won't be able to remove.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna tell you is this.
I'll take some notes.
This one I'm gonna tell you. This is my question. How can Earth be a globe if water is flat?
Water's not flat.
Show me how it curves.
Wait, I thought this was your impenetrable truth, but now you're already asking me to provide the evidence.
Well,
you're kind of getting ahead of yourself here.
Well, hold on.
I haven't even had a chance yet to write your name at the top here, but and you've already reversed the burden.
My question is, how can Earth be a globe if the surface of water is flat?
All right, hold on. So what would you accept as evidence for the curvature of the surface of water?
Well, I would accept the fact if you could show me like a nice picture of it curving.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Hold on here.
I'm playing chess because I'm like a couple moves in front of you. So bring up your picture, and then I'll give you you'll see why I said what I said about I will remove something very precious to you guys, which is you guys claiming the water curves. Okay. I'll remove it.
All right.
With scientific facts. Oh yeah, science is one of my.
I like how you're sarcastic about that. But okay, let me. I'll share this. So you wanted pictures of visual evidence of curving water.
I want observable evidence.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to prep this here quick so that this is so far it's, I think penetrable will be the word, but okay. So here you go. You're seeing this photos of the curve. So this top one here, this is over the ocean. This is south of Australia, looking west. And so the everything you see underneath there is water, right? And let's see, I can make this larger for you there. So this is from a video, and I can play the video if you want. But there you go. There's
tell me how high up. So how high up are we?
This is 46,000 feet. This has got an altimeter there on screen. So
how high does the plane? How high does the plane go?
This plane is at 46,000 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson, your own guy, says you can't see curvature from that high.
Okay.
So this is some kind of lens distortion.
But did he provide any analysis to support his claim?
He's the top guy. His word is bigger than yours.
He's just a guy. He's not the top guy. So did he provide any analysis of 46,000 feet, what it should look like out of a cockpit?
Yeah, he described, I don't have the video. He said, the height of an airplane would be like less than 1 millimeter above a basketball. He explained you won't see curvature from there.
Yeah, but I'm asking specifically, did he present any analysis based on the elevation? Because so far all you've got, this is my card. This is an appeal to authority fallacy, right? You're saying just because he said that, then therefore it's the case. I reject that. I would rather have an analysis of what you should see. So did he present in that, whatever you're referring to, an analysis of how much curvature you should see based on or any model, any way that we could determine that?
But he said none.
Okay, but did he provide any analysis of it?
Well, I don't know what you mean by it. Give me an example.
So an analysis of it would be, okay, well, if you have a camera with this wide of a field of view, and if you are at this particular elevation, then you should be able to see this much curvature, and it's going to vary based on your elevation and the width of the angular width of the camera, so the field of view, that's going to vary dramatically. So which did he provide that?
Look, he painted with a broad stroke. I don't remember every word.
Okay,
well, I don't remember every word the guy said. He said that from the height of a plane, you can't see curvature.
Okay, well, let me show you this then.
Ask him for his analysis. I can't speak for him.
I've heard it. He did not provide any analysis of it. So if you do find any analysis,
did he say it? But did he say it?
He did, and that is that is an appeal to authority fallacy. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's a guy saying things. So if I said, well, Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth is a globe, will you accept that? Because that is an appeal to authority fallacy. If I just say Neil deGrasse Tyson said the Earth is a globe, is that acceptable for me to do?
No, okay, that's fine, Tim. But are you saying he's wrong about that?
Yeah, I'm 100% saying he's wrong, and I've emailed him. It's hard to get to him. I've commented on his TikTok videos. I've emailed the place that he works and said, hey, I'd like to talk to him about this particular thing. No answer. I get it. He's a big deal. He's not going to talk to you. He is. Sorry to break it.
So
it's not fair for me to say Neil says the Earth is a globe, therefore the Earth is a globe, because that's an appeal to authority fallacy. And it's also an appeal to authority fallacy for you to say Neil said this, therefore it's true. Okay, so we should not be doing appeal to authority fallacies, right?
Well, look, it's according to him, and he's so important he wouldn't even take your call. So he's higher level than you, according to him.
But there's lots of people who won't take my call. Okay, well then I'm just going to say Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth is a globe, therefore the Earth is a globe. I'm using your same tactic, therefore it's acceptable to you. You can't reject my tactic. I'm just using the same as you.
Well, we'd have to talk to him about why he says you can't. Now you're bringing another thing into it. He's not right about everything, But according to him, now I'll tell. Okay,
so he's right about that
according,
because you like it, and he's not right about other things because you don't like it.
are you right about everything? Are you right about everything? Are you
No,
right
no.
about everything?
I think definitely everything that I reference, you should question and ask for evidence.
All right,
Everything that Neil deGrasse Tyson says, you should question and ask for evidence.
Okay,
Everything that you say, I'm going to question and ask for
Right.
evidence.
Okay.
Right.
So we don't know for sure, but you've got a picture there. Okay, so let's go with that.
So this
you've got a picture.
Yeah. So this is Walter Bislin has a website. So Walter Bislin took that particular photo. He did what Neil deGrasse Tyson did not do. He provided an analysis based on the elevation and the specifics of the camera. The camera is an iPhone 7S. So we know the details about how the lens works on it. And we know the elevation. So based on those two things, we know what we should expect on a globe. And so he's overlaying on the photo a demonstration of what's predicted for a globe. So we've got two things. We have the actual observation and we have the prediction based on the globe. And they match.
Well, I got bad news for you. We've got videos from higher up of the Earth completely flat.
Excellent. Would you like to share them?
There's like a weather balloon footage, flat Earth, 70,000 feet. I don't know. Pull it up. If I pull something up, it's gonna look bad. Man,
that's the burden of proof fallacy there.
Okay. I'm saying it's not there. I've seen those videos. You've seen them too.
I've not seen any videos showing flatness ever.
Eric Dubé.
Hold on. Let me finish my sentence. Ever.
You have seen it.
Ever where the lens is not GoPro, that's flat. Okay? So all of those that are flat, they're GoPro lenses, and they just cherry pick a short section of it. So if we're going to look at a video, then...
Okay, let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I'll try to find it.
So, you're on your computer too, right? So you can check on your computer.
I'm going to be slower than you, but if you want to play like that, then let's wait.
I mean, you're not going to accept my evidence, right? I know. I'm going to choose the ones that I know have rectilinear lenses.
I'm looking at a picture on the screen. I'm not looking at that with my own eyes. Everything I've ever seen is flat from every height. I've been in planes before. When I look out on the horizon, it's perfectly flat.
Yeah, but have you been to 40? But have you been at 46,000 feet? This is at 46,000 feet. If you've been on a plane, you probably capped out at 35.
Okay, so a little higher, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a bubble.
Yeah,
I'm seeing like a round.
Yeah,
go a little higher. And all of a sudden
and you're also looking out a cockpit instead of the small window, so that helps too. You have a wider view.
I'd like to go up on that plane and look with my own eyes, and I guarantee it's not going to look that round.
But now you've changed. Hold on, you've moved the goalpost. Hold on, you moved the goalpost. You said you would accept photos of the curve. You said you would accept photos of the curve. So
no. I said bring up your photos and let's talk about them.
So now I'm going to say this: if you are going to you have now set the standard that you will not accept things that you did not see with your own eyes, right? Because you don't want to look at this because it's not your own eyes.
There's distortions that happen when you take photographs. I mean, things can get goofy.
Oh,
and with your own eyes, well, things can look curved, things can look concave, things can look convex.
Okay.
Things can look like they're floating above the horizon.
Okay. But not in these.
You know what things are distant.
Okay.
Like now also the window. You know this stuff. These are old proofs.
Yeah, of course.
The window on the plane itself can be creating an illusion of
that's
a
an
curve.
Interesting claim. Tell you what, let's test that claim just a second. So the guy that did this, Wolfie 6020, he received that exact feedback. And what did he do? Well, he went to the hangar where the airplane is. And you see this bar here right in the middle of the screen?
Okay, let's see. Let me get my glasses back on.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you see that bar, the bar going across the middle.
Which one? There's a lot of bars.
Yeah, vertically it's about centered.
Vertically, you mean the gray one, the one that the black mouse is touching right in the middle?
That
bar?
Yep, that one.
Okay, yeah. What
Okay,
about it?
that one is curved. You can see that it's curved because we're looking along the long leg of it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now the one below it there,
Uh-huh.
so that one's a thin bar, and then the one below it is a thicker bar. That one is
Mhm.
straight. The one below, and I
Okay.
think he all right. So then he goes into the cockpit. So you can see this is in the cockpit. This is the same plane and the same phone, and the cockpit's in the hangar now. And so you can see
Uh-huh.
those are the bars. You got that straight bar on the bottom, and then the
Yeah.
cursor is on the bar that we know is curved, right? Because
Well, you mean the one that looked curved, or it is
yeah.
curved? Hard to
So
tell.
this one is curved. You can see that is curved, right?
Oh,
And
because we're looking from the side,
yeah, and you know
it's
what?
more
If yeah,
extreme.
you go to the hardware store and you want to buy a straight board, you look down the end of it, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's what this is here. So
Okay.
we know which is straight and we know which is curved. So this is through
Mhm.
through the cockpit window, and the straight one is straight and the curved one is curved. Now that's a little bit difficult to see sometimes, and of course
Or
you're
okay.
looking at it on a phone. So if you take a photograph and you compress it horizontally, straight lines remain straight and curved lines remain curved, but you accentuate the curve if there's a curve there. And so
Yeah.
over on the
Right,
right
right,
side, do you see way over on the right side there? That is a copy of that same screen
right.
where it's compressed left to right. And so you can see even more. You can see that the curved bar is curved and the straight bar is
Uh,
straight. So
yeah.
he controlled for that confounding variable. Is the cockpit adding distortion? So he controlled for that. So your claim or your question, a perfectly valid question, is the cockpit
Mhm.
window adding distortion?
Mhm.
Well, we've eliminated that because straight remains
Okay, well
straight
then
and
what?
curved remains
Well,
curved.
but okay, but he's being very sneaky here. I know him. He's not an honest person. This guy Wolfie. I've talked with him before. He's you know he sold his soul to the
Got to
globe
get me
Earth.
some
He's
tab.
never gonna. Yeah, but I'll tell you right now. He's got that thing that he's photographing awful close to the camera. The view he photographed from his plane is very far, so you got atmosphere coming into play. And this thing he's photographing is right in front of his window. Even if the cockpit window created distortion, you wouldn't see it from this close.
Why?
We're talking about hundreds of miles. We're talking
Why?
about hundreds of miles
Why
away.
does? But hold on. What physical property causes something that's far away when going through the cockpit to be curved by the cockpit versus something that's close to be curved by the cockpit that when it's curved by the cockpit? Why would the distance the light traveled between the object and the cockpit make a difference on what's how the cockpit window is causing it to become curved?
If you look through a lens that has some curve, because is the cockpit window completely flat
The
or is it
cockpit window
curved?
we have definitely confirmed does not add curvature to the view.
But you're not answering the question. Is it curved or is it's like a flat piece of
It
glass? The
is, and
cockpit window.
we've
It's
controlled for the
curved.
next
Okay.
thing you're about to ask. We have
So when you
already
look,
determined that the cockpit is not adding curvature.
when you distance plays a part in these things. If
How
you hold
how
uh,
how?
if you hold a, I'll tell you, if you hold a ruler to a curved glass that's going to create distortion, hold it very close. You won't see any distortion. But if you move it further and make it huge, it can create it. Now,
Okay. Well, then you've
and
got
now
the
throwing
hold
on
on.
top of
You
that,
got the burden of proof
I'll
to prove that. Then
all right. Well, let me make next time. I'll bring something to show me. If can you put me on the camera?
you're on. Or do you want to go? You
Okay,
want me to stop sharing so
put me
that?
on the camera.
All right,
No,
hold
put me
on.
on the camera.
I mean, you are, but I'm sharing my screen. So hold on. I'll stop sharing my screen
Okay,
so
let me see.
they can see you.
So here's like a curved shot glass. Let me see. No, I don't know if it's gonna work right now. Let's try. Just catch you after it. You see, you see how when I move my finger, look how distorted. My finger's not even in the same place. It's coming out one. Look, when I'm close, why you? I know it hurts you to look at the truth, Toon, but try to suck it up, buddy. Look, so this is what I'm showing you right now.
Not enough tune shine for this. Hold on.
Now, here,
I got to pack a
here, so
little
look,
more
my
in.
finger. You asked me to demonstrate how distance changes things, so I'm showing you right now. Here's my finger very close to the cup. It makes sense. And as I move it back, all of a sudden, the part of my finger behind the glass appears higher up than the part sticking out underneath. Rest my case.
Uh, the judge finds you in contempt.
I just showed you. Well, you can think you're the judge. On my show, I'm winning that one. You're like Judge Judy right now. Judge Judy said, "My opinion." My mom watches Judge Judy. She said, "My opinion is the only one that counts." And,
I do enjoy that you have.
I like proving. I enjoyed proving that I was right and you were wrong right there. That was fun.
I do appreciate your rich fantasy life.
I showed it, but I proved it. I made an empirical, observable, scientific, demonstration right there, brother. That was sweet.
Right, well, maybe do a little more controlled. A little more controlled one, and so have a. Here's your challenge.
Listen, you don't want me to do that with more control. It'll really make you look bad.
Not remote control. Hold on, I did not say remote control. I said controlled.
Oh so 1-0 Vlad. Let's go to the next question.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, I have to catch up. Hold on, I got to catch up on my bingo here. I'm behind. There, got that one. All right, you got there. Yeah, there. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, there's that one. There's another one. Man, this is going quick. I might get bingo quick.
We're still here after the first round. I was going to get knocked. I was worried about that knockout. We're still here.
Well,
we're neck and neck. We're neck and neck, brother.
Did show exactly that. But anyway, all right. There's
let's go to another one.
Just right there. There it is. So I won't tell you which ones I'm looking for to get bingo. I won't tell you. That would be cheating. To try to get it out. Some people have said that, but I don't think so. I think if I'm trying to get, the full Monty bingo, it's okay to try to lead you down some of the paths. But I don't know if we're going to get that today. All right. Well, that was your attempt at evidence. So, maybe here's the challenge to you for next time. Find a video at 120,000 feet that is not a GoPro with a barrel distortion.
120,000 miles up.
120,000 feet. So there's two ways to do that. Okay. There's two ways. Yeah. You can have a video starting at the ground so that we can see the full uninterrupted video. There's not a ton of them because it's a 2-hour, 3-hour video. Or some documentation of the actual lens used.
Well, I don't need to. I already won that part of it. I mean, we're moving on now to the next one.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. So hold on. I got a couple people saying things. I
don't want to hear them
in the live chat. Well, yeah, you do. Fact bases. Don't do it to us, please. Or let me meet him. Ooh, fact base wants to meet you. I don't know.
I'm already married. I'm not that kind of guy.
All right.
Next.
Plus he's got dogs. Okay. Hold on. I will.
Ooh, there's a bad one right there. Okay.
Yeah, they're all bad for you, but all right.
High altitude with no. Oh, here's okay. I got the video as well. But anyway, doesn't matter.
I bet.
I mean, look at this one, Toonie, baby. Do you see it in the picture?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. That's Antarctica, right?
I mean, no, I don't know. Just flat as a board, man, and we're way higher.
Yeah, so scrub to the beginning of the video, or was that just a cherry-picked clip?
No, I just
cherry-picked clip. Yeah. So get. We don't know if that was a cherry-picked clip of a fisheye lens where the horizon is just in the right spot or not. So
it said no. The video says how. Read what it's called. The video. You see what it's called? Can you see it, Tim?
Just read it to me. I'm looking for something.
Well, I want you to see. Okay, it says the video is called high altitude video with no fish eye lens.
Okay, what is the camera and the lens?
I don't know.
Okay,
you can see the video later.
So then I'm going to ask for some documentation of the lens. Right?
Boring. I'm not going to do all that. Just look at it. It's looking nice and flat. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, it's looking nice. I know this stuff hurts you guys.
All right, here we go.
I understand. Looking beautiful. Look at that. And that's way higher than the one you showed. This is a weather balloon. I put 70 miles up.
Yeah, but
70
like
miles weather balloon.
Like I said, that's not we don't know anything about the lens there.
Well, does it look fisheye to you?
Yes.
Well, then it would look round. It would look glow. It would look like all distorted. This is totally flat as reality. It's capturing the real deal. And there's no cockpit that he's filming out of. That camera is just right in front of the bare sky with no window, like
but remember, you only accept it if you see it with your own eyes. Remember that? All right. Well, here is one. All right. Here you go. All right, here you go. Look at that. You see that?
Let me see. What's that?
That is after the sun is set. That's the sun shining up on the bottom of clouds.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
hold on. That's one. Just a second. That's one.
Give me one at a time.
There's another. I'll show you a couple of these. There's two. Okay. There's three. Right. This one. This one's from Round Thinker. This one I don't have labeled who it's from, and I don't have that labeled. So, explain. So those clouds are the highest cumulonimbus clouds are about 10 miles up.
Yeah.
So let's put that as a high water mark. They're probably lower than that, but let's call it 10 miles up. So how can it be that we can see the sunlight shining up onto the bottom of those clouds?
Okay, I'll have to make a demonstration because I defeated this proof of your guys. I took it from you guys. On Craig Flight the Flat Earth show.
Okay.
One time.
I've drawn a picture.
I'll do it the same way.
I've drawn a picture of how the light has to go for Flat Earth. There you go.
I'll show you. I'll show you because I went to art school. No. It's quite simple.
This is very artistic.
One thing that gives me sometimes an advantage here is I did go to art school and I know how light works. So look, I've got a light here, right? I got a light here. Okay, so now if I put, it might be you catching me off guard here. I'm gonna try to do the best I can. Okay, I'll put this here, and I'm trying to look for objects on the fly right now, man. So those clouds are kind of
go underneath your desk.
Bubbly looking.
Wait, put the light up on top of the bunk bed. Is this your bunk bed?
Where my girls girls sleep.
So put the light up on top of the bunk bed.
No, it's okay. I have it in a good place. I'm going to demonstrate.
Make sure that you're lower. Whatever you're demonstrating has to be lower than the light.
From the point of view, let's say the light is higher, and the object that's being lit from underneath is lower than the light source.
Yes, of course.
If the point of view of the viewer is also lower than the cloud, we'll say the cloud, and lower than the sun, the cloud will appear lit from the bottom because of the point of view of the viewer. That's just a fact in illustration. You don't just because the sun
help a brother out. What's the path that the light takes?
From your path that the light takes. Light shoots everywhere, but when you are underneath it, it will cascade along the bottom because the light's getting shot everywhere. From your point of view, it's coming.
But how's it get there?
Listen. Was
the light drunk? And
let me just show you.
Loses its way.
Look, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll just show you right now. Okay, I'll show you how.
That you don't know how to. Yeah.
Hard to kind of explain that. I mean. Okay, so look, here's the light. Let me see. It's gonna be a little tricky. Okay, so here's the light. Yeah. Okay, and so let's go back a little further. I don't know how it's gonna work out. Okay, so and Loma, turn on the upper light. I'll try to do it, but this is not a okay. You see that the lemon. I have look from this. I have the lemon low. I have the lemon low.
Yeah.
Okay, look, it's lower, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now let me get the camera, the point of view lower.
Oh, that stool. The stool is perfect. Get the stool.
The stool?
Yeah, pull the stool out in the room, in the middle of the room.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, I'd have to light it from the
Yeah.
You want me to light the stool from the bottom?
Yeah, leave the light source where it is. Pull the stool out in the room.
Okay. All right,
so the bottom of the stool is lower
so let me clear the
than the light.
Okay, so here's what we're dealing with, right? Here's what we're dealing with, right? Do you see it? Do you see the stool in the light?
I do. Now, how does the light shine to the bottom of that stool?
Okay, let's try it. Let me get under it and see if I can make it happen.
Are you just laying on the floor in your kid's room? Oh my gosh. You can't lift up. You can't lift up the stools.
No, I know.
Oh my! That's cheating.
Listen.
All right, you got to turn off the light on the. You got to turn off the light in the room, and shut the door.
No, look. Okay, look, Tune.
And then you got.
I made that video on my channel. Just if you want to talk or go on break or we could talk, I'll find it. I
want you to go back in there and turn off the light and shut the door. And then I want you to sing your favorite Taylor Swift song so that everybody knows that you're in your house singing it. Okay? What is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh, the one where she got her feelings hurt or something. I forgot. It was
yeah. Pretending you don't know exactly which is your favorite Taylor Swift song right now?
I'm trying to blank right now.
All right, everybody in the live chat, what is your favorite Taylor Swift song? Right? Yes. Somebody says that's every song. Well, I don't know why you stopped. You kind of stopped because you're like, oh, this isn't going to go well.
She's cheerleader and I'm on the bleachers. No one loves you like I do. That's my favorite. That's a good one. I love that one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so give me about a half an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. That's a good one. That one is a zinger. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, everybody. I mean, my favorite, of course, is "Shake It Off."
That one's a little bit edgy. That one's too edgy for me. I like the more nicer. I like the more nicer ones.
Stringer News 1 says, "Thank Titicaca, it's Tuesday," and then Dave Kircher says, "Thank Titicaca, it's Tuesday," and thanks to Superman for keeping us attached to the spitting globe. That's because Flatzoid, Flatzoid. Yeah. He said when I asked him what makes things accelerate down, he said Superman does it with kryptonite.
I don't know. What do I know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we got somebody says favorite Swift song, whichever one my wife tells me, and that's yeah.
For some reason, I can't get to my old.
That was Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa.
Tim, I will. Geez, I'm having a hard time finding it.
Your favorite Taylor Swift song? No, don't play it. It'll get a copyright strike. And with you singing it, I might get a community guideline strike.
I'm not handy with this computer because I always just use my phone.
I believe you.
And I don't want to break the live stream and try to find the video on my phone.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, when I look for the video here, it only gives me like I have like 200 videos and it stops. Oh, okay, maybe this.
Well, while you're looking, Flat Earth Law Scholar says, "I are best Flurf Law Scholar. I go to Flurf Law School, and Day said I was best and smartest student. Don't eat purple crayons. Green are better for you." Thank you for that, Flat Earth Law Scholar.
That guy needs to learn how to talk.
Yeah. So somebody else says, Alyssum says, "Hey Vlad, have you found a functional FE-based map or any functional FE-based distance calculation? You've had several years now."
Listen, I told you about letting this weirdo in, man. He's like a one-trick pony. I know who that is.
I mean, I think it's a fair question. I ask all the time. How do you know the distance between, say, Los Angeles and Sydney, Australia? On Flat Earth.
He flies. couple miles here and there. He doesn't go from continent to continent,
I'm
and
not.
he doesn't go
No,
in one direction.
there's a
You know,
flight. No, no,
there's
I'm talking
things,
about the
there's
actual
places.
flight. You know, there's an actual flight.
Listen, man, when you and me are never going to fly a commercial jet from one continent to another. You have no idea where
Why?
they're going at night. Well, try. It's like not going to happen, man.
Why not? I mean, that flight really exists.
Listen, let's go with him and me. We'll go on his plane and go follow a map, and let's see where if we get where he thinks we're going to end up. I guarantee you won't.
I mean, but you can actually fly that flight. It really exists.
No, he can't.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about.
No.
No. I'm talking specifically about the real flight that exists. And you know when they're gonna load up the fuel, they need to know how much fuel to put in the plane because the plane burns a certain amount every hour, and they need to know based on how far they're flying how much fuel to put in. So, and it's not just fill her up.
Who they are you? Who they are you?
The pilot. So
yeah, so not you, right? These are things you're never going to get to fiddle. These are things you and me are never going to get to fiddle with, and neither is that.
But why does that?
I told you.
Why does that have to do with anything?
Listen. This guy who's asking that question, we made a deal that I don't want to hear nothing from that guy. He's a weirdo with mental problems.
How do you know who said that?
Listen, I know who that is. Okay, I know who that is. So don't get sneaky with me. I wasn't, born yesterday. I know who that imbecile is. I want nothing to do with him. He's got a mental problem, severe personality disorders. He follows me around like a weirdo, and then he cries when I hit him with a zinger in the comment. He cries to fight flat Earth. Oh, he called me this and that, and then Fight the Flat Earth bans me from his show.
All right, Vlad. We'll move on.
He's like a little tattle.
We'll move
this
on.
guy's a little tattletale. He's like a little tattletale that likes to follow me around. He's got nothing, total loser, got nothing going good in his life, and he gets full of hate. I like talking to you. You're a nice, bright guy.
I'm ready to move on.
Elisa's got.
I'm ready to move on. He's a nasty
little worm. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Because
Wolf says I'm not drunk enough yet for this.
Wolfie?
Wolf, just Wolf, not Wolfie. I don't know, not the same person.
Keep drinking, Wolf. Keep drinking, brother.
2AHD Cat Diecast says, "Hey, Mike, remember who set this up? That's who set this up.
That's my bro. Hey, that's my man. A2HD Cat. I need to go to North or South Carolina. I forget where. I need to meet this dude. Man. He's a good buddy.
Really?
Just know he's a good. Don't talk about my buddy. What do you mean, really?
But really good. All right. But he knows the Earth is a globe, though. Do you know that?
That's fine. That's fine, man. He's a good dude. I mean, he can,
All right.
He can, he gets some. Kind of change
his
thinking a little bit on that.
You do have some legendary phrases.
Right. Like let me hear a couple. Refresh my memory.
All right. Cretan Bull reminds us there's something wrong with my laser. Does Vlad happen to know a repair guy, preferably one close to Lake Titicaca?
Craig had a meltdown on that one, man. He couldn't handle it anymore.
That was one of the best. One of anybody. One of the best cop outs ever. We love that.
Well,
that was awesome.
He was getting me with that laser, but look curve. He was saying that lasers can curve, but my intuition was telling me just not possible. So I said, something is wrong with that laser, man, because they just don't do that. I've seen him, and sure enough, he flashes that laser through an aquarium. So come on, dude. He admitted that. He showed
Rory.
Come on, man. It's not going through the air. They don't go. The lasers. Hold on a second. The lasers prove Earth is flat. If you shoot them through the air, they don't bend like that. They only do that like if you shoot it through an aquarium or some goldfish.
Or through a varying index of gradient. Rory just popped by. Rory, I know from more than 5 years ago. How you doing, Rory? It's been a long time since I've seen you around. Glad to see you. Speaking of Rory, would you how about this? How about this? I got something for you. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Are you want to see it?
Who, me?
Yeah. Because you said you wanted to see.
I already.
What did you want to see? You want to see water curving, right?
Yeah, like bending on top. We know that water is nice and flat on top. Flat water, flat earth. This is what we know.
All right. Well,
you guys have a hard time with that, but that's unfortunate.
All right, well, here, tell you what, I've got a fantastic photo of the curve that you're gonna love. All right, let me share this to you. So again, I'll just remind everybody, you wanted to see a photo of the curve of water, right? And Rory happened to pop by, and so here we go. This is from Rory. So Rory was he was on vacation in Ibiza.
You've got a bunch of vatos helping you out, man. I thought we're just going one-on-one.
It is just me and you. This is my website.
Rory.
This is my website.
You got Rory.
But
I've had fights before one-on-one, and when I start winning, the kid's friend like clocks me from the side, like, man, I don't see that one coming. I got to fight two guys.
It's just no. Rory's just in the live chat. Hey,
then I got to beat up two guys instead of just one.
Vlad, don't worry. He's not. You're not going to hear his voice here.
Right.
He's not popping in. I just saw him comment, and I'm like, I will. He did this. He did this years ago. I'm like, hey, I can show this to you right now because you specifically wanted to see the curve of the horizon, or of the curve of water, right?
So me and you are having a fight. Me and you are having a fist fight. He's like throwing you a switchblade, like from the side, like from the crowd that's watching us fight. Yeah. He's like, "Here you go, Toon. Take this switchblade and get him."
Yeah, I think there might be other words that people might use to describe this, but anyway. So here is the setup. Here is the setup. This is just a photograph of what it looks like. Right. So what he did is he took this table up to so it's about 600 feet above the ocean there in Ibiza, and he set up this table, and he has two straight edges on either side there, and those straight edges have a gap between them, and you can see behind there is what? Water, right? So does water curve is the question. So now he's
a mountain back there too.
No, that's in the foreground.
Listen. If water is curving at 600 feet, we live on something a little bigger than a beach ball, dude.
Yeah. All right. So then where's the mountain?
600 feet. Yeah. We live like something smaller than the moon. Right. If it's curving at 600 feet.
Vlad, hold on, Vlad. One thing at a time. You said there's a mountain. Where's the mountain?
Well, under that cloud, I see something that looks. Like it could be a mountain eating up some of that water that should be going into the nothingness of. You see right there?
This cloud. That's a cloud.
No, go close. No, look, I just saw it, and then you switched away when my proof was.
Oh, hold on.
When I was about to point to it.
All right.
That looks like a.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where's the mountain?
Okay. Well, can you zoom right into the horizon and go all the way across? And it's looking flat to me anyway, dude. Are you telling me Earth curves at 600 feet? We live on a.
I'm not there yet. Just wait. All right, you want me to zoom in? I'll zoom in. All right, you can see. All right, you can tell me. All right, so there's the left side. You tell me when you see the mountain.
It's a mountain right there.
Where?
Right there, that dark thing.
That's a cloud.
Tip of the mountain right there. Keep going.
That's a cloud.
Like that would be wrestle.
I mean, you're not the first flurf to think that a cloud is mountains. Taboo Conspiracy has a real problem with that.
Hey, Toon, does Earth curve at 600 feet?
Earth is constantly curving. Okay, so let's
from 600 feet we can see it.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Where's the mountain? Show me where the mountain is.
Right there. Okay, might be there, might not. I don't know. Maybe.
All right. I can. Look, there's no mountain here. I just want to make sure that you don't have any more excuses of mountains.
I'd have to. You're moving awful fast. I'd have to fiddle with it myself. But let's say there's no mountain. Okay, no problem. All right, fine. Right, so what are you telling me?
All right. So there's the setup. So here is the what he's done now is he's put these straight edges, and we know these straight edges are straight, and he's put the horizon between them. So I'll show you again here. We'll zoom in so you can see what the apparatus looks like. You see that there's these straight edges, and then there's a gap between them, and they're taped together. So you can see that the straight edges are straight. We know that.
Okay. I can answer already if you want me to.
All right.
I'll explain
All
this
right.
one away,
Hold
then
on.
we'll move to the next
No,
one.
I'm not
Okay.
there yet. Let me get through to the end there. So now he's lined up so the horizon is between the two of them, and we can zoom in, right? And so here it is. You can see the horizon is a little closer to the bottom of that. You see that? And as we go across, it comes up and then it comes back down a bit there. Now, it's easier to see if you do the same thing. Remember, if you do a horizontal compression.
Go again.
Hold on.
Go again. Start from one end to the and stop at each place. Okay. So here, okay, it's going right into the bottom of that gap. I mean, and I don't, I'm not, my eyes aren't what they used to be, but I'm saying that that little line of the horizon is going right into that gap. Okay.
Yeah.
With the opening. Okay. And then
what?
Then go to the next point of observation. Okay. Got some clunky thing set up out there with some wooden. Come on, man.
What's wrong? You don't think the straight edges are straight?
I'm seeing little nooks and crannies there. I mean, was he set up on some rocks there?
It's a table. He brought the table in. Do you think that the table having some nicks on it is going to affect whether or not the straightness of the straight edges are straight?
Well, do you think Earth is curving at 600 feet above? We can see it curve.
I've already answered that question. Earth is always curving.
At 600 feet, you'll see this dramatic curve.
Right. No, definitely not dramatic.
Earth might be much smaller.
All right, there you go. All right, well, all right.
Wait, go from there. Okay, I'm seeing that. Give me the next.
Now remember, it's said earlier.
You go away?
When you do, because you were off on another topic there. You just kept going. So listen. Let me just say this.
I was about to.
What?
I was about to use that picture to show that it's not happening, and you moved it off.
All right, now what?
You go. Okay. It's right in that. It's right in that gap.
Okay. So now what?
It's right in the gap.
So what? Now what?
And the one, even the one on the they don't even look even. The two sticks, the red, judging on the line on the bottom, their one is higher up than the other one. Man, get that thing out of here.
All right. The point is,
like
and of course, the straw grasping is obvious, but the straight edges are straight.
Listen, I showed you a video from 70 miles. I showed you a video from 70 miles up with completely flat Earth.
No, you didn't.
Now
you showed me one that was taken with a GoPro and it was cherry picked. So here we go.
It said on there, not GoPro camera.
No, what camera was it? What camera was it?
Well, look, I can go back and waste time and read the video. He'll probably tell you on the video.
No, they don't.
If it was a GoPro video, there'd be extreme curvature happening. We didn't see that. So,
look at that.
So the Earth curves at 500 feet, but it doesn't curve at 70 miles. Okay, you got me there. Okay,
but it does curve at 70 miles or whatever.
No, we just saw. We just looked at it. We just looked at it.
You have a cherry-picked section. Like I said before you brought it up, I said you're just going to have a cherry-picked section. It's going to be a GoPro, and it's going to be cherry-picked. Get the entire video so that we can look at ground level to see if it's curved, or give me the details of the camera and the lens. Those were the two things I said before you pulled up that video, and then you completely matched my prediction. You had a cherry-picked section and no details on the camera. And not a full-length video showing the ground. It was like I prophesied the future.
You want to? I didn't make the video. You want me to tell you where you want to tell me what color the camera was?
Nope. I want to know the details of the lens.
What did the guy eat for breakfast?
Nope. I want to know the detail of the lens. Man. All I care about. I just want to know the details of the lens.
Well, it says not GoPro on the videos.
Well, what lens was it then?
Okay, you want to go back?
Why not show the original source of the video? Are they ashamed of it? Are they hiding something?
Well, you can go look for it. If you want to find out, go ahead.
Again, that's called
no fun.
It's called a burden of proof fallacy. You made the claim, not me.
You are claiming
it's not my burden to support your claim.
It says it's a non-GoPro camera.
Well, what was the camera?
Non-GoPro,
okay,
man.
Well, there are many GoPro. There are many non-GoPro cameras that also have barrel distortion.
So if there's distortion, then why didn't we see it? So unfortunately,
because we didn't have context, so we don't know if we saw distortion or not. So the full-length video would be very nice.
Okay, so that's what you want to go with, huh?
Yes,
that's what
I definitely would like to control for confounding variables. That's a reasonable thing. Okay. So in this particular one that's on screen right now, there is a control for confounding variables. The straight edges that are known to be straight next to the horizon is showing whether or not the horizon is curved.
The atmosphere causes distortions from this low, especially above the ocean. So there's going to be there's atmosphere.
The atmosphere. Hold on, let me just make sure that I understand. The atmosphere caused the distortion here when it shows curve. The atmosphere shows distortion in Wolfie's when it shows curve, but there's no atmospheric distortion when it shows flat.
Well, how much atmosphere is 70 miles above?
There's a name for this. It's the third law of Flerf.
Well, how much atmosphere is 70 miles above Earth? How much air is up there, Tune? How much moisture is up there?
Well,
way above the clouds.
What does moisture do? What does moisture do to?
You know what it does? What do you tell me? You tell me. What does it do?
It reduces refraction.
What else does it do? Taking a sip of water.
It reduces refraction. That's what it does. Okay, Glober Mom, can you send that? Let's have a look at your actual video, and some people have pulled it up here. So Glober Mom, do you have it? Or Sharky?
Of the one showing how something's lit from the bottom?
Nope. The one that you claimed is 70 miles, you said, right? 70 miles up. It's not 70 miles. But so now again, while they get that, can you remind the audience, what does moisture in the air do to refraction?
Well, what moisture in the air does is causes atmospheric magnification. That's why
how does that happen? How does that happen?
That's why the moon and sun look larger on the horizon than they do directly overhead.
How does that happen? What is the?
Well, just like when I put if you put your finger in a cup of water, it's going to look bigger than the part of your finger.
But moisture in the air is vapor in the air. That doesn't do that.
But you're looking through hundreds of miles of that, and it builds on each other. So you're looking through a lot of water.
But all right, I'll tell you this.
Water vapor. Things that you already know,
Vlad. Yes, I already know this. Water vapor causes less refraction than air. Do you know why?
Why is the moon bigger on the horizon?
It's not. That's an optical illusion. When you measure it, it's not different.
But it looks bigger.
So here's how you can measure. Your pinky at arm's length is about 1 degree wide. So at night, when the moon is on the horizon, do that and compare the width of the moon to your pinky. Then middle of the night, or when the moon is in the middle of the sky, do the same thing when it's above you, and see if it's the same size or not. When you do that, you will find that the moon's angular size does not vary.
I'm not going to be looking at my pinky up at night.
Hey, if you're scared to do a test, then definitely tell us that you're scared to do a test by saying that. Thank you.
I don't know how accurate that's going to be, really.
Well, then do it more accurately than that. That's a rough way to do it. But you go ahead, you find a better way to do that. Just claiming that it is that way. I gave you a way to test it. You have nothing. Again, that's a burden of proof.
Yeah, I'll go with a rule. It's tricky to test, but I'm just telling you, everybody knows the moon and sun look bigger on the horizon.
And right, people that have actually studied it know. What do they know? They know that it's an optical illusion. Go and measure it.
Yeah, it is.
All you need to do is measure it.
So you're saying when you measure it, it's exact size? You're saying when you measure it, it's exact same size?
Yeah.
Measuring the distortion, but I'm saying measure the distortion.
How do you measure the distortion? What distortion?
Well, You could hold a ruler up to the moon when it's on the horizon, and then hold that same ruler up to the moon 2 feet from your face when it's high above overhead. And I'm certain it's smaller
But well,
above
we'll
your
show the
head
measurements.
than on the horizon.
Until then, I don't care. Okay.
Okay, fine. So you're telling me the water, air, moisture doesn't create magnification? That's
It
not
does
a
not.
real
It does
thing?
not. That makes no sense at all.
You're wrong.
There is.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, well,
It
then
does. It does.
I'll be glad to be shown to be wrong. Will you please show where I can learn about that in a science textbook?
It's a fact, man. All you
Okay,
gotta do is look at it.
Just
Everybody
saying it's
knows.
a fact doesn't make it a fact. You need to actually
Well,
provide
you're
evidence.
saying-
Again, that's a burden of proof.
Well,
You have the
show
burden
me
of proof to
show me.
support your claim.
No. Show me. You show me the burden of proof. You show me the evidence.
You made the claim, not me. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't have.
You're claiming they're the same size. That's
Yes.
your claim. So prove
Yes.
it. Okay. Well, then you prove it.
I have personally multiple times done the exact type of measurement that I told you to do.
With your pinky?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
How many times have you measured the angular size of the moon?
No.
None.
My pinky.
I got it. I have
I'll
evidence.
tell
You
you.
don't.
I don't know about
And
pinky, man.
everybody that owns a pinky.
Sometimes I give it potatoes and you pinky. I don't know.
Everybody that owns a pinky can do this themselves.
Okay. All
Right.
right.
And owning
Yeah.
pinkies is a pretty common thing, turns out.
That's not measured.
Right.
I
I mean,
know,
there's some
measured
people that
all the
lack
time.
pinkies, and maybe we should do a fundraiser for them. But
I guess so.
but since most people do have pinkies, they can verify this themselves, right? I have personally verified it. You have not. There you go.
Listen, when it comes to this, I'm right and you're wrong, 100%, because everybody sees that it looks bigger on the horizon because of atmospheric magnification. There's even photographs of objects that are on the horizon that look bigger than they should be.
Oh,
that's a fact.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Hey, look, I don't have all the next debate. I'll have that stuff.
All right, no, you won't.
I
Okay.
can't even find one
Some people have said that let's see, that there's the link to that video has been put in Discord. I do not have a copy of it either on my Discord server in the general tab or just as a DM to me. So can if someone can find that exact one, so I don't have to fish through it right now. While they're doing that, Vlad, hold on. While they're doing that, let's see. We've got Chris says Neil also says the Earth is a sphere. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Does Vlad accept that claim as true?
We already covered that.
Yeah.
He's just joined in the show. He just joined in. Tell him to rewind, and we can cover that. He can learn about that one.
Okay.
So
here is. Oh, darn it, that's not it. All right. So here is. I've got the video. All right. Does this look like the video that you're talking about? It says high altitude video with no fisheye lens.
Yeah, that could be the one.
And then it says thanks to Vengeance as a link to the channel. All right. So there it is. Now, do you see anything about that? I see it immediately. Do you see anything about that that's a little suspicious yet? I do. No? Okay. Well, let's have a look here. So here's at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. See anything yet?
Yeah, it looks like contrary to what you guys say, it's like not totally flat. That's what I'm seeing.
That's not. That's curving up on the left and right side. Do you see that? I see it. It's pretty clear. Do you see it?
It's flat, bro, my friend. There's no curve there. Sorry to tell you. Again, you're dealing with lenses. So if you don't like my lens, but you like your lens.
Oh no,
my lens is a problem, but your lenses are great. My lens is no good, but Wolfie's lens that's going through the cockpit is the one we're gonna hold up his screw.
But look here. What does that look like? Now it looks like it's.
Look, I'm the guy that said it first.
This is your video.
Listen,
this is clearly now curved Curved.
Okay,
This is a globe now. How is it a globe now?
So we can't use
Wait a
any
second.
videos.
We
So
can,
we can't use any videos.
but your
Why?
video that
Well,
claims
which
it's
one?
not fisheye is fisheye. There, look at that. Now it's concave.
Well, which video can we use then? Then yours?
Well,
Which video are we gonna
like
use?
I said,
Mine are no good.
like I said,
We're only going to use the ones that show that it's like curved.
No.
And the ones that show it's flat.
Here's
the
my
ones that show it's
standard.
flat,
I'll give you my standard of evidence, and if you find a video matching my standard of evidence, then great. Okay, 2 things I specified. Right? 1, the details of the lens, so that we can go see if that lens adds distortion, if you're just going to give a short clip of it, or the entire video from the ground to the highest point there, so that we can see when it's near the ground if the lens is adding distortion or not. Now this particular one right here, it says, now while it says no fisheye, it's true, it's not fisheye, it's heavy barrel distortion. So it probably is a GoPro.
Listen, buddy, if your buddy who shows curvature from 600 feet above water, then when we're 70 miles up, there shouldn't be any more discussion. I should just clearly see. Oh yeah, we're above.
This isn't 70 miles though. This isn't 70 miles.
It says on the video.
Where?
When I searched the video, it's how high is it?
It does not say.
How high is it? I searched 70 miles. I searched 70 miles.
I've got a news flash for you.
What I got.
I got a news flash for you. When the things that you type into the search aren't absolutely what is returned from a search.
Okay. So is it 600 feet? It looks like 600 feet above to you?
No, it's certainly higher than that. But we do see without a doubt right here, the Earth is now concave.
No, but how much your buddy's video showed curvature from 600 feet when we're up this high?
Just a little bit.
There should be no question. Yeah. There should be no question.
Yeah, there should be. And so what you would need to do then, Vlad, is to have the
closest thing.
Hold on, no, just get a camera that has very little, or as close to possible, barrel distortion. Yeah. That'd be one way to do it. And so one lens that you might choose.
Look, every camera's going to have a little distortion.
Exactly. So you need to make sure
this proves what I'm saying more than what you're saying. No, the scales are tipping towards me.
This shows this shows a concave Earth. Are you a concaver now?
No. This shows this leans towards flat.
No, it doesn't.
My friend, your buddy, my friend. The video that you're basing your argument on shows curvature at 600 feet. If that's the case, then when we go up, this is like way above the clouds, man. The video, your buddy's video is like under the cloud, like it was like nothing. If we went up way above that, like we're almost in space here. There should be no question.
But this camera has strong barrel distortion.
It's leaning towards me.
No,
it's pretty damn good.
This is showing
pretty damn good. It's so flat.
Man, I love your fantasy, your rich and vivid fantasy life.
I know that it hurts you, that it's leaning towards me, and it's hard for you to admit that, but anyone can see. Anyone can see. It's not round, bro. Just look at it. And it's so flat that it's even a little concave in some places.
Now it's curved. Now it's curved the other way. Now the Earth is a sphere. Depending on what seconds of the video, the Earth curves different directions. Weird. How is that?
Buddy, like I said, I'm showing something that leans towards what we're saying, not at all what you're saying.
But this is definitely now. Look at this though. Matt, look real close at this. I'm sending this to you. You can see this. This is very clearly showing the water and the Earth to be curving.
Listen, we'll go. Listen to you. I already said the same thing many times, and I know it's hard for you to swallow it. Any camera is going to have some distortion. So, but in your book, only mine are wrong and all yours are right.
No. In my book, look, Vlad, I already gave you my standard of evidence. Something you refused to do. You refused to give me your standard of evidence. I am brave enough, and I've got the courage enough to declare my standard of evidence. And if my standard of evidence, if you find something matching my standard of evidence, I am now trapped. I'm going to have to look at it. But you did not do that. This particular camera has strong barrel distortion. We don't know what the camera is. I think it's a GoPro, but it does have strong barrel distortion. And we can tell that because in different portions of the video, depending on the angle that the camera is pointing at, the amount of curvature varies.
Listen, if the Earth is the way you say it, there'll be no question. And it looks flat.
There is no question. That's curved right there.
No, but keep filming and it changes, just like the one you showed.
Exactly. Well, I mean, this is. I'm just going with your standard, but no, I wouldn't point to this one. I would definitely use one.
I already showed you. I already showed you that a curved lens is going to distort things. I showed you that from the beginning of the debate.
Okay, so you reject all videos of the curve of the of anything, curve or straightness, because lenses distort. Is that your standard?
So you're saying there's a perfect camera that will never show any distortion whatsoever?
I'm not saying that. I'm applying your standard of evidence.
Then drop it.
Okay, so you will not ever refer to any photograph or video of whether to see whether or not the Earth is curved or straight. No, I got it. Hey, that's fine.
Well, you just said
that's fine if it's actually your standard of evidence. Then just be consistent. All right.
Okay. Well, then don't show me these videos because you're saying you just said no Reddit camera.
Got it. That's your standard. Okay. You reject all photos and videos because they all add distortion.
Reject Well, you reject mine, but you love yours.
I made it very clear what I will accept. Vlad, I made it clear what I will accept.
You accept yours and you reject mine.
No.
You accept yours and mine are no good.
Listen, I want you to repeat. I'm going to tell you my standard again, and I want you to repeat it back to me to make sure that you understand it, okay? I will accept video at 120,000 feet if we have the details of the camera and the lens so that we can analyze them. Say that back so that you understand what my standard is.
Listen, no matter what, you're always going to find a little loophole, like a little mouse to escape.
No,
so I'm not going
to repeat back. Repeat back my standard.
No, listen, you talk to a parakeet if you wanted someone to repeat back. I'm not your boy for that.
All right.
Repeat back. Who are you?
Well then,
let's go to the next one.
All right, you go ahead with your evidence. No, I'm sorry.
One for you.
I'm going to apply your standard of evidence. You are not allowed to use photographs.
Oh my God, it's so boring. So let's end the show then. But I'm not talking about.
That's your standard, though. You will not accept photographs. That's your standard.
Sometimes you can. No, I didn't know. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can.
Sometimes when it comes to and what's the standard of evidence?
Well, like I'm looking right now. I see you, and I'm pretty sure that is you. No one's going to tell me, oh, there was a distortion. I really wasn't.
How are you going to evaluate photographs on whether or not they're acceptable or not?
There's a thing called common sense.
Common sense is not a way to evaluate things because everybody has a different opinion of things.
Okay,
so what's the objectively verifiable standard of evidence that you're going to use?
I have the next question because it's totally boring. You're going to lose your crowd, Toon. This is like a becoming a dumpster fire. It doesn't need to be. Let's just let it. Let's go move to the next one.
Okay, I'll work on this while you present it.
That's fine. It's not fun anymore. Just forget it. Here comes another one. Okay, I'll do this one. Here's the question: if the ocean is curved, why does sunlight reflect on its surface as though it's flat? So I'll show you a picture now.
Waves.
I'll show you a picture.
Wait, it's not perfectly. Yeah, it's not perfectly flat. There's waves. Look at they all have waves. Amazing.
Can you see these?
Yeah, they all have waves.
Okay. Well, doesn't the wave? So if there was no waves, we wouldn't see that straight line from the sun to the viewer.
Yeah, and how many degrees? Just to be clear, how many degrees of curve do you think you're seeing there on the globe?
If it was, look, I went to art school and something you didn't do. When light. Oh, you did?
No, I did? I successfully passed finger painting in 7th grade.
Okay. Well, I went a little further than that. And I can tell you,
I didn't even eat the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, go put those pictures back up. They're good ones to look at there.
Okay.
So which one do you think it had the observer at the highest spot? Which one of those?
Let me present let me frame the question first, the observation.
I thought
you're throwing you're throwing some wrenches
No, we're
into the
doing some
machine. That has
analysis on
nothing
it.
to do with
That's
things.
a normal thing. We do analysis.
So this one, can you see this one I'm pointing at?
The top left there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So I don't know
Top
exactly.
left.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah, top left.
So now it now that it looks the same way if you're standing like on a basketball court. Okay, if there's lights, you'll notice that a light above that court will create this kind of reflection directly to the viewer. So right where you're standing, there'll be like a pathway of light that comes directly to you. That only happens if the surface reflecting light is perfectly flat. If it was curved, there would be a hot spot. There'd be like a highlight. Like it's like if I was to render a sphere with a light striking it, I would create a little spot of like a highlight with one like a circular spot, and then the light would fizzle out into a coarse shadow. It'll go totally dark, and then it'll come back around to like reflected light. Okay. Now, if I was to render a flat floor, I would do it just like this, because this matches reality. If Earth was curved, you would never see this kind of a highlight on the ocean. If the ocean's bent, you would see like a hot spot or nothing at all. You would never see this. This proves it's flat in all the way on all of them.
All right. Well, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that first one then. All right. Top left. Let's go back to top left. Yeah. Top left's a good one for you there. All right. So what do you think is the height of the observer there? How high above the water do you think he is?
Now you're gonna go for a bunch of stuff.
No, we're gonna do an analysis. We're gonna do an analysis on it to see if your claims match observations. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how high he is. I don't know. He's not as high as the sky. He's not above the clouds.
Yeah, so
he's not above the clouds.
So how far? Yeah. How far away is he seeing there? Let's be generous. How far is from where the observer is to the edge of the horizon? How far away?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think? 3 miles? 5 miles?
7. Another problem for you guys, you can see a lot further.
What do you think? What do you think? 7 miles. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's choose a high estimate of 7 miles. How about that?
It could be 20. It could be 20 miles.
Yeah. Well, we don't know because we don't know how high the observer is. But is that at the bottom there? Is that of the top left picture? Is that at the bottom? Is that like the shore? Do you see like rocks and beach?
Yeah, it looks like I would bet he's standing on the shore.
Okay,
or he's on. Maybe he's
So 7 miles is definitely generous, right?
According to the globe model, it'd be impossible to see 7 miles. With you guys.
Yeah, presuming zero refraction, of course. All right, so let's be generous. So now, at 7 miles, if we're looking at 7 miles from the observer to the edge of the horizon there, how many degrees on the globe? How many degrees of curvature is that?
I don't know.
It's not a hard question. How many degrees do you think that there are between the observer and the horizon if it's 7 miles on the globe?
Listen, any amount of curve, 1 degree will eliminate this type of highlight. Period.
Okay. Well, let's all right.
It never wouldn't look like this. It wouldn't look like this. Period.
All right. You gave me.
Never would. Hold on. You wouldn't see a straight line. You would see like a circular hotspot.
So now, all right. So the answer is easy because there are 69 miles in a degree. You know that on the Earth? Every 69 miles is 1 degree of curve. So if we round up to 70, then 7 miles, you see it shows us 7 miles to make it easier for you to do the math. If we round up to 70 and it's only 7 miles, that means there's only 1/10 of a degree of curvature between the observer and the edge of the horizon. And we're being generous. It's probably half that. So why would you think that a 1/10 of a degree would have the effect that you've claimed it would? Can you show the analysis of that? Maybe do the ray tracing. Maybe go back to your art class, like you did some computer aided drawing and some rendering stuff, like in do you use Blender, or what software do you use to do your rendering?
I used to do it by hand back in the old days. I don't know how to do it with a computer.
Oh.
I'm born 71.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know. My
Well,
our teacher told us, I'm sorry to tell all of you, but you guys are learning a trade that's going to be obsolete by the time you start trying to get work.
who's learning a trade? Who?
The print shop teacher told the classroom, I went to Otis Parson and when I was in downtown LA in MacArthur Park, he told us, I'm telling you people, you are learning a trade that is going to be obsolete by the time you attempt to start working because it's all going to be done with computers.
Okay.
But I still made money. I still made money though. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars with art. So he was wrong there. But it did cut out, all the guys who do it by hand. I mean, no one really does it by hand anymore. Yeah, he was right. But I always think of a way to work
I mean, I
work
do.
the angle.
I do artwork by hand. Here, you want to
Well,
see?
you know what I mean. But like,
Here,
you're not going to be working for Disney. You're not going to be
look
working
at
for
this.
Disney with that stuff.
Well,
Man.
no, I don't work for Disney. Here you go. Look at that. I got some artwork. Look at that.
Yeah. Wait, don't show dirty pictures on your show,
It's a
man.
smiley face. Look at that.
Oh,
Isn't that
okay.
cute?
Okay.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Dirty.
You're drawing some boobs or something there, like a butt. It's like a butt or something.
Where is your mind? Get it out of the dumpster there. All right. Well.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got another one, but I still don't have bingo. All right. So.
Well, you didn't. So what I'll say about this? I'll say about this one, Tune. Yeah. I'm showing you.
There's waves, Vlad. There's waves.
So what? So what does that do?
It's not smooth. It's not smooth.
So how's the wave change?
Because the wave is at all sorts of angles at different points of the wave, so it reflects light everywhere.
You always scratch your neck when you're telling stories.
I'll show you this. This is bugging me.
Yeah, I know. It starts bugging you when you got uncomfortable.
I got the tag. I got to get the tag out of here. All right. Do you like my shirt?
No.
It's got my name on it. Somebody sent this to me. What do you think? They designed it.
Let me see. What is it a picture of?
It's a Tron. It's a Tron motorcycle thing.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that looks like your intro. Your intro is kind of Tron-like.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I was out coaching ultimate frisbee, and the other coach looks at that. He's like, "Oh, does that say Tron?" I said, "It says Tune." He's like, "Oh, so what's that?" I said,
he doesn't know anything, that guy. He's got to get with the times, man.
Yeah. All right.
He doesn't know your show. He doesn't know your show.
So IC Spin says, so far, this is quite penetrable.
No, how? Listen, he's very biased, whoever this guy is who just said that. Listen, how did this go? The guy who just said it, okay? He's lived here on this flat earth probably more than 12 years. And he knows what I'm talking about. He's been to the beach and he's seen this type of effect. You stand there, you go, wow, it's called the light of the sun reflects across the water and comes right to my feet.
Off of the waves.
Listen, that has nothing to do with one way or the other. So if there, by the way, where's the big wave? Where's the big waves you're talking about here?
It's not big waves. It's lots of small waves. There, buddy.
So lots of small waves hurt what I'm trying to put forward. The small waves kind of distort the flatness of it. If there was no waves, it would be more along the lines of what I'm saying than what you're. What should happen on a globe? Which would not be this.
All right. Look at
anyone
this.
Who stood. Anyone. Let me finish. Anyone who stood on a super shiny floor, and had a light nearby. He thought to himself, that kind of looks the same way what I saw at the ocean when the sun was reflecting right up to my feet. Wherever you stand, the light will come right to your feet. Now, it's a fact. If that ocean was curved, even 1%, you wouldn't see this effect ever. It would never be beautiful like that.
It's 1/10 of 1 degree. Okay, so
1/10 of 1 degree, you wouldn't see that. It would ruin that effect. It would ruin the effect.
All right, so let's test that. Here's the setup.
At 7 miles, at 3 miles, at 7 miles, the Earth curves like about 20 feet.
All right.
So that would definitely destroy the effect.
All right, here you go. Well, you're talking about degrees here. So at 7 miles, it's going to be curving 1/10 of a degree. So here's an example. You see, here's this workbench here. And I want to show you, he's got on the left side that arrow's pointing to a light. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then down below it, there's that black thing that's holding something down. And then there's this, I'm going to go kind of quickly so you can see that it's curved. You see that's curved?
What?
That I don't know what it is. It's a board of some sort that's curved. You see that? It's curving left to right.
No, I see a point. Looks like a tool. I see like a garage.
Yeah, it's on a workbench. So you've got on the left side, you've got the board that's
down a little.
Oh, the left side we've got a board under a weight, and then we move to the right. You see that board? It's moving up.
Yeah, okay.
It's moving up.
Yeah, I was looking
at
the tinfoil.
And then it's moving down. You see how it's moving down? So that board is curved. So he's got something underneath in the middle, propping it up, and something on either end holding it down. So that board is curved, and that's significantly more than 1/10 of 1 degree. And then on top of it, he's got tinfoil. So he's replicated the surface of the water there with tinfoil on a curved surface, and it's curving much more than 1/10 of 1 degree. So he's got then a light there on the left side, and over on the right side here, he's got where the camera is. You see that? That's where the camera's going to be. Right? So now we can
hold on. I see two problems already. The camera is way higher than a person would be. Okay, that's huge. That's like the person now is like 1,000 feet tall. The point of view, that camera needs to be way lower than that. And the other problem, he's shooting light beams cascading across instead of shooting straight down. He's supposed to shoot that light at a 90-degree angle, aiming straight down.
Show your picture again. Let's see if on your picture, if they are going straight down or if it's coming from longitudinally.
Well, no, okay, so no, it's like a round
let's
sun.
See your picture. Put your picture right up to your screen there. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, my man.
It's just above. It's just above the edge of the horizon there. So it's a good one here.
Dude, your man there has a flashlight. It's not the same as a round globe. Right. Sun. Yeah.
Oh, what's different? What's different between it in this analog?
Because one is shooting light in all directions.
Okay.
This one is like propelling the light, skidding it right across that tinfoil into a target, like a laser or something, man.
Propelling the light.
Like shooting it forward instead of dispersing it in every direction at once.
Sure.
Try.
But so let me ask you this: if that flashlight was replaced with a globe, or not a globe, sorry, a light source that emanated light in all directions, then the light that goes not towards the observer would do what? How would that make? No,
I'd want to see the experiment done that way with that type of light.
That would be a fantastic one for you to replicate.
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, anyway, here is look at that. Oh, you see it right there, smearing across the surface there. There it is again. Another shot. Here is this one. This one he calls the moon. It's not as bright. There it is. Same thing. And we've got look at that. Turns out that you can, on a very curved surface, something significantly more curved than the surface of the water there, you can see it smearing all the way across. So nailed it.
But he's not really doing apples to apples on that one,
well,
too.
I'd love to see you. I'd love to see you do it to your standard of evidence.
I'll do one.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I'll make it. I'll do it. I'll do the same thing. Okay.
All right. Well,
all right. I've got another question for you.
Okay.
But so, that was a good rebuttal, but I'm gonna have to make a video about and show it.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm poking holes in that one, so it's not really apples to apples. He should have. I wish he used the light bulb, like just put a light bulb right above it, and then put the camera lower, not 1,000-foot observer, but like put it like
Yep, got it. You said that before. You're kind of going in a circle here.
I know. Okay, well, like you're the expert at going in circles, but I do it too, so I won't repeat it a third time. Right. Here's another question. Okay. Oh, well, let me see. If I want to go down, I don't want to go. Let me look at my question. Pick a good one.
Okay.
Okay. Here's an interesting one that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah. Why are we just seeing your chin?
Oh, sorry. Okay. Goodness, I didn't know that, man. Thanks for telling me.
Uh,
Boy, some of these are good. I don't know which one I want to hit first. How much longer do we have?
um, I don't know.
Hey, I'll go through all of them and then you pick one, okay? Okay. Um, okay, if we live in a Star Wars type expanding universe, why haven't constellations changed in thousands of years?
They have.
That's no, the drawings like Orion, the Sagittarius, those stars still line up to show you like Sagittarius. The stars still line up to show you Scorpio. If we live in an
Show me the
expanding universe
measurements.
for thousands of years, for
Show the
thousands of
measurements.
years,
Hey, you
my
have the burden of
friend,
proof. Show the measurements. Go ahead. Show
those
the
pictures
measurements.
wouldn't work anymore.
Show the
Those a
measurements.
Scorpio. My
Show the
God,
measurements. All you got to do is show the measurements.
can I say something?
Yeah. As long as it's
When they
measurements.
develop,
Do you have the measurements? I have measurements. I
you're
have
obsessed with
measurements.
measurement. Why are you so obsessed with measure?
Because
What are
that's
you
how you
measuring all the
determine.
time?
Because
What are
you
what are you
claimed.
measuring all?
Because you claimed that the stars haven't moved. That claim requires measurements. Do you have
What are you
measurements to
measuring
support
all
your
the
claim?
time? What do you measure besides your pinky all the time?
All right.
Listen, the
Hey,
star. Okay, I'll answer your
hold on.
question. I'll
Hold
answer your
on.
question.
This is almost long enough. All right. This one helps. This one helps because I'll show you why this one helps. Because of that. That helps. So then, all right. Okay. What? All right. What's your next one? What's your next one?
Tune's living in a fantasy world, man.
What's your next one?
Okay. The next one is if we're orbiting around the sun, every 6 months we'd be facing the wrong direction according to the time on our clock. Why doesn't that happen?
It does
That's
happen.
question number 5.
You can't see Orion all year.
No,
You can only see part of the year.
No. Here's the
That's easy. You could have looked these up yourself.
That's not you're not getting the question. You're not getting the question. If you and me are standing in Minneapolis, you live in Minneapolis somewhere.
Yeah. Yep, in Canada here.
Okay. If you and me are standing in your backyard at midnight today,
Yeah.
At midnight, let's say at midnight, okay? 6 months later,
yeah,
when it should be midnight, if the Earth is going around the sun, okay, notice like let's say this is the sun, okay? So if this is the Earth, this part of my palm is being lit by the sun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this part, even though it's kind of lit by the light, but
nighttime is facing away from the sun. Yeah.
Right. So that means so in 6 months, as the Earth will go around the sun, when it comes here, you see the problem?
You cannot see those stars 6 months later. Yeah.
No, the sun. Right now, it looks like 12 midday, but the problem is our clocks say 12 midnight.
Oh, because you don't know the difference between 24 hours and a sidereal day. The sidereal day is slightly less than 24 hours.
Then you'd have a problem with your season. Then you just start having a problem. If you add a day and do this kind of math, okay, it doesn't last long. You want to make it around the globe, you're going to be off by 1 day. By the time you get back around, you're going to be, if you want to add a day here, if you want to add a day as it spins make it daytime.
That's not how it works.
To make it, yeah, it is. That's a problem for you guys. That's a problem for you guys.
Oh my gosh. All right. I got another one. I got another square from that one. Thank you for that.
Now here's the next question.
Yeah, go to the next one.
Here's the next one. How is space flight? I don't want to see, you don't need to see my chin. How is better without my glasses. How is space flight possible if there's no atmosphere in space, but there is gravity?
Okay.
How is it possible?
What's wrong with that?
Because in the old days when we watch the movies, you go a certain distance above the Earth, and then all of a sudden you start floating like, whoa, I'm in space now.
That's not how it works. I know it's not how it works. Just movies.
That's what we learned.
Yeah.
That's what we learned.
That's not what you learned. That's what they did in movies. Movies not equal school.
No, I'm saying we learn in school. In school, we learned that that's not what happens. There's always gravity.
Good. Yes.
Okay. So my question is, if that's the case, there's always gravity. How are spacecraft and able to move through the realm of space without any atmosphere if there still is gravity?
I don't know. There's no relationship between gravity and atmosphere like that. I don't know what you're thinking about.
Look, a plane works on in the air because it's riding on the air currents.
Yeah,
the wings
the
are able
wings
to.
the wings
There's like a
produce
substance,
lift. Yeah, the wings produce lift.
There's a substance there that the plane can propel out and it can rest on. Now, when we go to space,
Yeah.
There's no more atmosphere there. So, but there is gravity, so everything would just collapse.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't work anymore.
That's what I can explain that.
Okay.
I can explain that.
Okay.
You know what centrifugal force is, right? If you're on a merry-go-round, somebody spins it fast, right? You feel pulled out towards the outside, and then you grab and you hold onto the metal part of it, right? The handle or something, and you hold yourself. You resist the centrifugal force with that. That's the centripetal force. And so as long as they're in balance, you're going to stay where you are. If you can't hold on well enough, you're going to move out farther, and the centrifugal force is going to win. Or if you're pulling really hard and then somebody slows it down really quickly, then you're going to pull yourself forward toward the middle. That's too much centripetal force. So when you are outside of the Earth's main part of its atmosphere, right, say you're 400 kilometers up, there's basically zero atmosphere. It's a tiny bit, but there's not enough to give you significant drag, and you're certainly not going to get any lift. So when you're out there, the gravity's still pulling you down.
Yeah.
You're farther from the Earth, so it's not as much gravity, maybe 10% less. But you're moving around the Earth. So when you're going around it, you've got the centrifugal force pushing outwards, and you've got the gravity, centripetal force, moving inwards. So what you need to do is you need to move the correct speed so that when you're moving around the Earth, that the centrifugal and the centripetal forces are balanced, then you're in an equilibrium.
Okay, but how does that get us to the moon?
That does not get you to the moon.
Right.
That gets you in orbit. Yeah, so once you're in orbit, going
like Elon Musk is going to take us to Mars. This is nonsense.
Yeah,
it's not possible in your universe.
Why?
Well, you explained the carnival ride where your back sticks to the cage when it's spinning around real fast.
Yeah.
So you can counterbalance that to go around the Earth. What I'm talking about is like Star Wars, man. Like Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon is turning this way, turning that way. We're going to go to Mars. We're going to go to the moon.
He did the Kessel Run and that many parsecs, right? Yeah, all that, yeah. So, but that's a different topic. So what's your specific question? So once you get something in orbit, like I explained, what's your next question then?
My next question is that wasn't even my question. I know you're going to say that. My question is, how is space travel possible if there's no atmosphere, but there is gravity? So they say we can go to the moon and this and that. It's just how's that journey possible without air? But there is gravity.
Why is the lack of air? Why is the lack of air a thing? What's wrong with that?
Because the heavy spaceship with the guys on board are going to be getting pulled towards Earth, but then what's propelling them away from that powerful force of gravity to continue into the cosmos?
Yeah. Okay. So once you're in orbit, you are at that equilibrium, right? Then you turn on the rocket, and then the rocket gives you more speed in one direction. So, like I said, if your centrifugal force, if that merry-go-round thing starts spinning faster, that's your outward. That's right, centrifugal, then you're going to move out faster. And of course, you could, instead of you being on a merry-go-round, you could have a rope that's stretchy, so like a bungee with a rock on it, right? And you can be spinning it slowly, and then you spin it faster, and because it's a bungee, it'll get a little longer. But if you do it strong enough around there's no actual like physical rope or bungee cord when your gravity isn't like that. It's a force, but it acts as a force. Anyway, you turn on the rocket, and then you start moving faster, and so then you get moving away from it, and eventually, if you do it correctly, then you can move out significantly farther. So I don't know why that's a problem. There's a lot of complexity to that. It literally is rocket science.
It's impossible. So you're saying I can throw a rock like 250,000 miles to the moon
Well,
Like,
I would probably suggest putting a rocket engine on it and controlling it. That'd be a little better way to do it. Yeah.
The rocket's not going to have any effect when there's no air to push off of it. You know,
rockets don't need to push off of air.
But your side will say that there's these little explosions. Like if you blow something up, like it'll push one way, right? But is that enough to move a heavy spaceship through?
It's a great question. So let's go through this. Just think about this. Let's say you take 2 cannonballs, okay? And we're gonna move them. We're gonna just go so far away from anything, so far away from the Earth, away from the sun. We're not near anything, so that any gravity from anything is negligibly small. We can ignore it. And we've got these 2 cannonballs, and one of the cannonballs actually is super malleable, so you could actually form that cannonball into a cannon. It's the same mass. It has the exact same mass as the cannonball, right? Now you've got one that's a cannon and one that's a cannonball. Now you're going to have to, in this analogy, we're going to bring along with us now some explosive. We're going to put that explosive down into the back of the cannon. Then we're going to put the cannonball on top of the cannon, on top of the explosive, right? So you've got the cannonball in it, it's loaded, right? Now, when you light the cannon and it fires, what's going to happen to the cannonball and what's going to happen to the cannon? Same mass.
Yeah. Well, I guess the cannon would get blown back one way, and because the explosion is boosting that surface, it's going like that. So the cannonball is going to go this way, and the cannon gun is going to go back that way when that explosion happens.
Nailed it. Perfect. That's right.
Okay.
So that's how. So neither of those were pushing off of air, though, right? There's no air around it. There's just what happened in the explosion. So now let's take that cannon and get rid of the cannonball, and then just put in the cannon some explosives and have them just constantly exploding and doing the same thing as before. And instead of shooting a cannon, it's shooting molecules of exploded and burned up stuff this direction. And the cannon then, is the cannon going to go this direction? It will. It's actually the third law of motion.
I know, but what you're describing, it just doesn't hold water.
Cap Q57 said, "Wow, he got it. You got it. No, you figured it out."
That type of explosion it would take to keep hurling that heavy object further and further towards the moon would kill everybody on board. You need a major explosion. That thing's heavy, and now you said we start in a place far enough from Earth where there's no gravity. We're not starting there. We're starting like just a few miles above. We're starting 60 miles above. 60 miles above
for the analogy. For the analogy, we were far away to eliminate those forces. So now, that's
the problem. The problem is we're starting on Earth with air, and then we're boosting up past 60 miles, and now only a mere 60 miles above Earth. Yeah. We're in a realm now with not enough air to do shit. And so we're going to start exploding cannonballs and boosting us up further.
There's not literally cannonballs. And
whatever.
And so it's the actual material that's burning and expanding. And it's also, it's very important, it's going really fast. And so when you apply, these are just basic, the basic laws of motion. F equals ma. That's the second law of motion. So you've got a mass and you've got an acceleration. Those gases have a mass, and those gases are accelerating one direction. And that's how much force you get. So by applying that, starting with F equals ma, you can determine how much you need to do to make a rocket of any particular mass move and accelerate at any particular rate.
No, I could throw a rock 250,000 miles.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you could think of it this way. You could think of you peeking out the back of the rocket, and you're standing there throwing rocks backwards, right? You're just throwing those rocks backwards like cannonballs. You're just chucking them really fast. And what's going to happen is those rocks are going to go one direction, and the rocket's going to go the other direction.
By me throwing cannonballs off.
You figured it out, Vlad. You got it in your head. You nailed it. You got it.
You telling me that you think if we were on that lunar lander, one of those while it was 100 miles above Earth, we could throw cannonballs out of the back, and that's going to cause us to keep propelling towards the moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
We could try. That sounds easy.
Failzoid's perspective says maybe try swapping the cannon for a machine gun to explain to him many tiny explosions build up. So what if you instead of you throwing rocks, you went Rambo and you've got two giant those pipes are shooting and you're pointing right out the back of the rocket. You're like and you're yelling. What are you yelling?
Tron.
Why Tron?
Like Tron, your intro, Tron.
Yeah, we're on a Rambo theme here. I mean, you could have said, you could have gone, and I would have given you points for Adrian. You could have yelled Adrian, right? It's still Stallone. It's a different movie, but you could, right?
That sounds like a nice story, but I don't think that would work, Tune. Sorry to tell you.
All right, well,
I don't think that would work.
I don't think that would work.
Let me get another question.
That's this one. Question. That's personal incredulity right there.
Okay, right. Sure, I know.
Okay.
I know. You got me there. So
I've already circled incredulity.
I know.
So
you're winning. Here's another one.
I know. Thank you.
Why? Here's another one. Okay, here's the one that I'm sure you'll have some good answers. Why don't we have a video of Earth from space? Let me finish. Let me say everything I'm gonna say. Why don't we have a video of Earth from space revolving? We have a stationary satellite in space. We have a video of Earth from space revolving with recognizable landmarks and objects passing by that we could zoom in on in real time. So now, you understand what I'm saying? This could be amazing, like an ad campaign for, like, have a guy drinking a Coca-Cola that you zoom in from his place. When I was in school, when I was in elementary school, they used to tell us, they can zoom into your license plate from satellites in space. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So in 1970, we were able to zoom in with a camera into the license plate. But so it should be easy as pie now. Why don't we have these kind of videos that we can just all trip out and look at? Like every time you see a visual of space, it's always like a cartoon. Where's the real video? I want to see the real thing, man. I want to see real TV, and they just don't exist. There's no such thing. And my question is why? If we're in a real place, we're on this planet that's spinning around, and you can come and go from high up with the satellites. Why don't we point a camera at the Earth and watch things revolving in real time? Like there goes the Eiffel Tower. There goes the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There goes the Grand Canyon. There goes Toon measuring his pinky. There goes Vlad bench pressing 400 pounds. You see all these, you could see all these things. There's a guy like drinking a Coke, and then we make a commercial. But there's no such thing exists, and it should exist.
Why? All right. Well, why should it exist?
Well, because because here's what should the marketplace would demand such video. It would sell any product.
Where is this? Was this write up or something by some market analyst?
Listen, team, you know what I'm saying, man. It's common sense. I mean, this would be awesome video. People would love to see that. We're tired of seeing like the CGI Universal pictures. We want to see the real.
Yeah.
It's 2023. We'll see the real thing. Nobody even asks anymore because they never give it. So we just here's another cartoon.
Tell you what,
like this. Yeah.
So just for reference, the claim about they can zoom in on a license plate, I don't personally believe that to be the case. But so what I'll ask you is I'll ask you simply to provide the analysis for a satellite at let's say geosynchronous orbit, and what size aperture would it need to read a license plate from that elevation on the globe?
Now, see, one thing that you like to do, I say something that's simple and makes sense, and then you want to like give me a math problem.
Well, they all have a math. Everything has a math problem behind it.
Listen, Listen, I don't know about cameras. I'm not an expert in how apertures
I believe
work
you.
and all
Yeah.
this stuff.
I
What I tell
you don't
you,
need to
but
tell me that.
what I know,
We all knew that already
yeah, I don't
though.
know that. So why would you ask me a question like that if you know I'm not a camera expert? Why would you do that?
Well,
Why don't you just deal with
because you made a very
my life?
specific claim that that should be possible, and so
So
I'll
my
tell you
hold on,
that
well, my no,
I'll
let me just say this. My answer to you, what you said is Hubble telescope and that James Webb telescope,
uh
man, they can do 14 million light years into the realm of space. And we were seeing these cool looking, colorful, like Guardians of the Galaxy type pictures coming back. We're like, space is so amazing. So all these colors everywhere. Okay, so if they have the ability to take killer photos from so far in space, why can't they take a photograph from 60 miles up
okay.
or however high up the
The
stars are?
answer
Right? Just
the answer to that question,
stay running.
Vlad. The answer to that question lies in talking about the size of the aperture.
I can zoom into the moon with my P900. Okay. So you're
Okay.
telling me I have a better camera than NASA?
No,
I can
I'm
zoom right
saying you
into the moon.
cannot actually
Wrong.
zoom in to a license plate on the moon.
Well, that's a 250,000 miles away.
Yeah.
How high is the nearest satellite above Earth?
Well, the nearest satellite would be moving very quickly, so that you'd need to be something that's at
So
a higher orbit,
how,
so that well,
how high is
geosynchronous
one
would
that
be
isn't moving?
to do what you described would require a geosynchronous orbit because
How high is that?
that's pretty
How
high.
high is the geosynchronous orbit? How high?
I don't know offhand, but it's pretty stinking high. It's more than 400 kilometers. I'll
Is
tell you
it
that.
14 million? Is it 14 million light years?
No. So then the
Okay.
next so the reason why I said the answer to that lies in examining the aperture is because a camera, which a telescope is a camera, a camera aperture determines how much of the angular size of something that it can resolve the detail of, and that is directly proportional to its angular size. So, at the elevation of a geosynchronous orbit, a license plate has a very, very small angular size. That means that the aperture has to be very, very large. So there is, to my knowledge, there is no satellite with an aperture that large. Yeah.
So it'd be impossible to zoom into like the Super Bowl from space of the stadium with the game happening. That's impossible.
Well,
Can't be
you
done.
could potentially make out the stadium, but you're not going to see who's carrying the football.
Um, I'm zooming into the craters of the moon 250,000 miles
All
away.
right.
I think if
Well,
I
here
was,
you go.
you know,
Well, how
if
big
I
of
was
a
much closer,
how big of a crater is that then? Is that the size of a football player's
look,
back?
look, with my camera, with my P900 that I can buy from Best Buy, that ain't nothing compared to
I'm
what
asking you to give me the
$1 billion
specific details, and I know you can't, so don't be talking as if you can. But I'll give you this one. Professor Phil Bell, who knows
So it's
about this stuff.
impossible.
Just a second. He says the best camera available is on the satellite Cartosat 3 with a 0.25 meter by 0.25 meter accuracy. This was launched by ISRO, that's from India, in 2019 with orbital range around 509 kilometers. So 509 kilometers is lower than geosynchronous orbit. And so they can get photographs. You can't zoom in on something because the satellite's moving very quickly, but you can take a photograph of something. So 0.25, that's 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters. That's its precision.
Well,
Right?
the Hubble telescope. No, the James Webb it's in space, right?
James Webb is a
James,
completely different thing. It cannot point to the Earth
well, why not?
because it's tuned to just read in the deep infrared. It's actually got several layers of protection so that it can't actually between the telescope and the Earth, and it can't turn around and point towards the Earth.
That's amazing. Well, how convenient.
So here you go. This
is
is
hey, look, you did this. Hey, Toon, you went like this. You went like this after you said
I know
that.
my nose is itching. All right, so this is
Oh.
about 30 centimeters.
Yeah.
Right? So about about 25 is about here, right? This is about 25. So that's essentially 1 pixel, I believe, is what that's going to be on that particular one. That's the best camera orbiting at the moment. So that's about the size. A license plate. A license. I know numbers are not scary. Vlad, numbers are not scary. So a license plate would be about 1 pixel.
It takes us away from the visualization. What I'm saying is, we don't have to zoom into a license plate. You tell me we can't zoom into like the Eiffel Tower or 4th of July.
Sure you could. And then what?
4th of July in Times Square. 4th of July. Then we could see, there could be some co-commercial where we zoom in from space to Times Square in New York.
That's not how they work. They're not P1000s with some variable zoom. That's not how these things work.
Well, put one up there that can do it.
Why would they do that?
You'd make a ton of money.
How?
There's people with ego. They'd want to see themselves on a boat, like a speedboat. I mean, there's all kinds of. You can make billions of dollars.
A person would be all of 10 pixels. They're not going to make out a whole lot of detail.
If you can make we'll get a camera that can do it. If you can make $1 billion with an app, you'd be making $1 trillion with something like this.
Why?
Why?
How would you make $1 trillion doing that? That makes no sense.
You could generate trillions of dollars with something with that type of service to the public.
How?
Anyway,
who would pay $1 billion?
No, cumulatively.
Well, you said $1 trillion, so you got to do 1 billion 1,000 times to get to $1 trillion.
Over time, you'd make a ton of money. My God, you're like Mr. Spock over there, Dr. Spock. He goes exactly by the word. I'm just saying. You're saying so you couldn't make any money. You'd be broke. If you had the technology,
I don't see how there's a market for that.
You wouldn't make any money.
Yeah,
you wouldn't make any money at all.
But please, okay. Dr. Spock, hold on. Let's be clear. Dr. Spock is a children's psychology doctor. Please know. If you're going to talk about Spock from Star Trek, that's great, but I don't believe he was a doctor.
Was he? It was Dr. Bone. It was Bones was the doctor.
Bones is
Spock
the doctor.
Was just Spock.
Spock is just Spock.
Spock was just Spock?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I watched it, but that was one of my favorite shows when I was little.
You should get back
into it. I used to love space. Space was so cool in the TV fantasy world. It's a really cool space. It's a really cool place.
All right. To be clear, it's
it's like Santa Claus. I put it behind me. Just like I don't, I put Santa Claus behind me. I put Tooth Fairy behind me. I put space behind me. That space that they show you in those movies. It's just a little.
Just for reference here, Vlad. This right
here. Guardians of the Galaxy, all that stuff. You put that stuff behind you.
This is a real calculator.
Yeah.
It's reverse Polish notation, which all real calculators use reverse Polish notation. You know that?
Okay. No. Sorry.
They are. All right. Are you getting kicked out?
I'm just going for a walk. I was getting antsy over there.
All right. Dude, if you got to cut it. What? Who's that?
No, I'm good. Wait. That's my mom.
What?
Mom, hi. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I'm having a debate with him. Can you see her? Mom, is Earth flat or a globe? Which one?
It's not flat. It's not flat. That's it.
Hey, give me a thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah. It's not flat at all. Don't you worry.
Hey, Vlad, give her the phone. You can go cut a whiz while we talk with her.
Right. Okay, you want to? No, she's good. She's watching the show right now. She got better entertainment right now.
Oh man!
Show, but
all right.
She told you everything you need to know. Steve Harvey. She likes this stuff, man. But I don't know. I try to show my mom some proofs, and she doesn't.
That's a good woman there. That's a good woman. I'm a fan.
Yes.
There you go.
Somehow she doesn't get it. This dog right here. If you made a move towards me the wrong way, boy, that'd be the last thing you do.
Yeah. What? Hey.
This dog.
What's that dog's? What's the dog's name?
Belka.
Okay.
Belka. She's a good girl.
Delta?
She loves me. She loves me more than anyone. Belka means white in Serbian, like Belka. Yeah.
Put Belka back on.
Okay. Hey. Belka, who's this guy?
Belka.
Careful, he might bite you.
That's not. I'm not. It's a phone. I'll be okay.
I have more than one dog, but just one of my dogs.
Which one's that? What's that dog's name?
This is the daughter. This is Belka. She's Roxy's.
Okay. All right. Hey, Belka. Daughter. Wait, Belka. I want to talk to Belka. Belka, is the Earth a globe? Belka,
well, she knows
wag your tail if the Earth is a globe.
Be careful. You're making her upset. She doesn't like the way you've been talking to me. She's kind of aggressive, man. She loves me and hates everybody else. It's weird. Okay, let me see my other dog. Where's my alumni? Is Roxy down there? No? You sure? Okay. These dogs are mine.
Who are you talking to there?
That was my daughter.
All right.
Hey, Mom, where's Roxy? Where's Roxy? Oh, she's probably. I know where she. Oh, here comes Roxy.
This is the forever search for dog. There. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got a Spuds McKenzie dog. Love it. Okay.
Spuds McKenzie. Yeah.
All right, and we got your mom that knows more than you. Love it.
Yeah.
And your wife, is she the same, right?
No, she thinks it's flat. She knows it's flat. She knows.
No. Bring her on. I want to talk to her. I want to ask her.
She's a little grumpy right now, man. I don't want to put her on. She doesn't like when I do this stuff. Yeah, she's a little bit grumpy right now. She's not in the mood for that right now. You know what I mean? So get a little bag in. I would put. I got the punching bag out here. I do some boxing videos too, where I demonstrate like how to hit properly, boxing. Right here.
Okay.
All
right. Let's see.
Beautiful night.
Emerson or whoever else, if you want to, you can send me a message on Discord. I'll have a look.
Hey, Tune, there's been this giant star in the air, in the sky recently, kind of tracking the moon. Which planet is that? Do you know? Huh?
All right. Eric Burns. Need an answer. Eric's an astronomer. He's in the chat here.
Oh, okay. Good. It's in the southeastern sky. No, the southeastern sky. And it's a big old star, and it's very close to the moon sometimes. Yeah, it's there right now.
All right, Jupiter is what people are saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's another proof to debunk the heliocentric model, because what are the chances if we're doing 500 million mile loop-to-loops around the sun, Tune? What are the chances I'm going to see Jupiter all the time, just like right there? Like
100%.
I should maybe see it one. 100%. No, but maybe I'd see it once. I'd see it maybe once every 100 years. Like, we'd be randomly going.
Why?
It'd be so because
show the analysis.
Because according to the sizes of all the moving parts, it'd be too far.
Analysis.
I'm telling you. I don't know what that means. I'm telling you. Like this dude did a video on YouTube that shows you, like, he goes like, if the sun was the size of this golf ball, like Earth would be like a mile away, and it'd be the size of this little like grain of sand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he shows you like how big things are according to what we're told. And what I'm saying is, that's the model you're presenting. If that's true, how is it possible that I'm just looking up at the sky and seeing Jupiter like all the time? 100%. I see Venus all the time. I see Mars. So we're all going. We don't
see it all the time, of course.
Hold on. Very, very. So we're all going around the racetrack, like kind of together, like doing a 500 million mile loop to loop.
It varies. It varies
we're all
a
just.
lot.
Well, sometimes I see him. Sometimes, like throughout the year, throughout the year, I'm going to just look up there and see.
And these have all been over time. These have all been mapped, and they've all been determined. Where they are and how far away they are, how fast they're moving, all that's been done, and these go back centuries. This isn't new information. But anyway, here this is the Cartosat satellite I spoke of earlier. So this is looks like it's Khalifa International Stadium. So there you go. There's what it is. Now, how much are you going to pay for this?
Oh, you can zoom closer than that.
How much do you think somebody's going to pay for this? How are you going to make $1 billion from that?
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're telling me you could go closer than that, and then you could have someone waving, like you could have an actor or
You're not
something.
going to get somebody waving. I already covered that.
Listen, listen.
Something. Remember, something that's a little bit shorter than this is going to be all of 1 pixel on that. So you're not going to be able to
Okay,
see
well, how
somebody's
about this?
face. Somebody's face is 1 pixel. Their body is going to be
Hey,
2
let me
pixels wide.
see
They're
it.
all going to be.
Let
They're
me,
going to be all of 7 pixels tall.
let me see that video of that landscape moving past the
It,
camera because of the revolution, because of revolving Earth. Let's
yeah,
see that.
I believe that this probably just takes pictures, and so you could see a series of pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. No, not good enough.
I don't care.
Not good enough.
That's just. It's actually
Good enough.
the center
I believe it.
square on here is incredulity. It's a free space. I circle it before it even starts.
If it's passing by because of Earth revolving and there's a stationary satellite, I want to see it moving in
It's
real time.
not a stationary satellite. It's a moving
Well,
satellite.
I want one that's give me one that's stationary.
Well, go put your own up that's stationary.
Well, it's not possible.
Well, there are multiple stationary satellites.
By the way, what we're looking at
I
here
can
is just
show you
weather
I
balloon.
can show you what a stationary satellite looks like.
Okay, then let's see it. Let me see it. Let me see that cartoon. Put it up, Tune. I want to see how it looks like. Put it up.
All right, just a second.
Show me how it looks.
All right, this is a. Here we go. There it is. So it's got this overlay. I can turn that off.
What's
There you go.
Hold on, bro. What's that?
That is the Earth. That is from a
Wow.
That's from a geostationary satellite. So that's the side of the Earth that this satellite always sees.
It's totally fake, man.
Says who? How did you analyze this and find it to be fake?
I know the difference. When I look at you, it's a real moving person within an environment. What I'm looking at there is like completely unreal looking. The colors are weird.
There we go.
I got another one. Is that?
I got another one. I still don't have a bingo. But I got another one circled.
Yeah,
so yeah, so what's your standard of evidence for determining that this is fake?
I'll show you a video of King Kong fighting Godzilla too, man.
Please tell me what is your standard of evidence for determining if this is fake?
Listen, zoom in and let me see that landscape passing by because of Earth revolving around itself. You don't have that kind of video, and you should.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying.
There's an example of a photo.
But it's nice. It's nice and it's flat and still. I like that photo. Yeah. It's flat and still, and it's not that high up. We're looking down from a weather balloon or something. It ain't that high.
How did you determine that?
Well, I'm looking at it. It's flat and it's still.
How did you determine that?
Well, show me the video. Show me the video where it's passing by.
This is a photo.
You know, you don't have what we should have. It should be common that we have videos of Earth.
Why should it be?
Because there's video. That'd be the most.
Here, let me do the same thing, Vlad. It should be common for flat earthers to know the exact distance between points if the Earth is actually flat. It should be common. It should be common.
You guys don't have it, and you should. It doesn't exist, and it should.
It doesn't exist, and it should. Yeah. The flat Earth distance between points doesn't exist, and it should.
What are you talking about? Distance between points? I'm telling you.
I'm telling you what flat Earth should be able to produce, just using common sense.
I don't know what you're talking about. Distance between points.
If the Earth were flat, then flat earthers should be able to. It's just common sense that flat earthers should be able to tell us the distance between any 2 points on the surface of the Earth. It's just common sense. It's just common sense.
Listen. Let me fly commercial plane, and I'll tell you how far it is. Let me go wherever I want to go. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to fly wherever you want.
Why not?
You're not allowed. You can't. Well, you can't go into Antarctica.
Why?
You can't go there. Well, you go. You get shot.
Why?
You get shot. That's why. Well, because they're hiding something.
Wait, why will you get shot if you go there? Where's that?
Antarctic Treaty. The Antarctic Treaty. Nobody.
Let's do this. Which article of the Antarctic Treaty?
Look, there's an Antarctic treaty. You can't go there.
All right.
Tune.
Well,
Everybody knows that.
Let's look it up. Everybody knows that. I have right here. I'm Googling it right now. Here you go. Here's the Antarctic Treaty on screen right now for all to see. So which article of the Antarctic Treaty says you will get shot if you go there, Vlad? Let's read Article 1. Article 1, Antarctica shall be used for peaceful purposes only. There shall be prohibited inter alia any measure of a military nature, such as the establishment of military bases and fortifications, the carrying out of military maneuvers, as well as the testing of any type of weapons. Now, that does not sound like your claim. You said the Antarctic Treaty says that you will be shot if you go there. The Antarctic Treaty actually prohibits that type of people, that type of activity. Let's jump to Article 2. Article 2 says freedom of scientific investigation in Antarctica and cooperation toward that end, as applied during the International Geophysical Year, shall continue, subject to the provisions of the present treaty. So freedom of scientific investigation is guaranteed by the Antarctic Treaty. So what part of the Antarctic Treaty says you'll get shot if you go there?
All right, well, let's you and me venture 500 miles past the coast.
You said the Antarctic Treaty prohibits it. Which part of it? We're looking at it right now. What part of the Antarctic Treaty were you speaking of when you said that?
Look, Tune, calm down. I've never read it. Okay, I've heard this.
Then why would you make the claim?
Listen, I've heard it. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
It's wrong.
But I'm telling you.
We're looking at it right now. It's on screen.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Now I'm not. My thing is, you're saying measure this and that, measure point to point.
Well, you ran from that topic quick.
You listen, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to do an ego battle. I'm saying we're limited to how much we can move around this place.
Says who? Says what?
We don't control.
Where?
Well, okay, let's you and me get in a plane and just go one direction.
Okay, you go ahead.
See where we end up.
Go ahead.
No thanks. No thanks. End up dead.
Oh, you don't want to? Why? Yeah. Why will you end up dead?
Because we're not given those routes.
Says who?
We don't control the route. well, let's you and me venture into Antarctica.
Okay,
let's gonna die.
Why?
You don't have the power. You don't have the power. You don't control the board.
Says who? Where is this information coming from?
Dude, you think you could just go wherever you want in a plane? You could tell the pilot, hey, I don't want to go to Japan, just take me this way.
If you own the plane and you are the boss of the pilot, tell him to do that.
Well, you can't fly a commercial pilot plane wherever you please.
Why not?
They'll shoot your ass down. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you go past certain lines.
So says who? Where is this information from?
So I can get in a plane and just fly wherever I want.
Where is the information?
No one's gonna bother me.
Dude,
I'm asking you.
This is This is the burden of proof right here. This is the card, burden of proof. You said you'll get shot down. Now, according to the Antarctic Treaty, there shall not be any military there to shoot you down.
There's military. I see military there all the time. There's pictures.
There shall be prohibited inter alia any measures of military nature, such as the establishment of military bases and fortifications, carrying out of military maneuvers, as well as the testing of any type of weapon. So according to the treaty that you referenced earlier, what you are claiming is literally prohibited. There's nobody there allowed to have the things that are necessary to shoot you down.
So let's you and me go 500 miles past the coast.
Okay.
What's going to happen?
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Are you buying the I don't have it, but you must.
Huh?
Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have the money?
No, I can't. No, I don't.
Okay, well then why would you suggest that you and I do it if you don't have the money? I know I don't have the money.
Who does?
I don't know, but it's not you and me.
People have tried. Well, how come no one's done it?
Thousands of people do it. There's literally 3,000 people in Antarctica right now.
But did they go 500 miles past the coastline?
Yes.
Where? Let me see. Who? Where's the base? Where are the videos?
There's no base.
Where's the story?
Here you go.
How do they go? It's kind of cold, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So where's the video then of them 500 miles into Antarctica traveling?
Up right now. So here it is. Here's a tour of the Amundsen Scott building there in Antarctica. Right? This is at the geographic South Pole. right, so this is a diagram here. Now I'll pause it. Do you see up at the top there? There's these little flags. It's a little hard to see maybe on your screen. That's approximately where the South Pole, the geographic South Pole is. So this is a tour. He's going through the actual base. This is a guy's channel called Joe Spins the Globe. So most of it is inside the building there. Right. So let's go to a different one of his videos. Let's see this one here. Here is the 2001 pole marker. So every year, because they're on a sheet of ice, every year the actual geographic South Pole is slightly moved in relation to the surface of the Earth or the ice. So there's the station that he gave a tour for, and he's walking from the station out to the, I'll jump ahead, out to where the geographic pole is from 2021.
What I'm telling you, you're talking a lot of wasting time.
All right, there it is. Look at that. Right behind him. Look at that. There it is.
Listen,
that's the actual geographic South Pole from 2021.
Yeah,
right there. Look at that.
Places, look, that's not my point.
Right there. You asked for it. You said, show the video of them in Antarctica. There it is right there. I showed you exactly what you asked for, Vlad. 100% to the letter what you asked for.
Okay, look, there's a place. If there's a place where people are allowed to go, that's fine. I'm saying there's plenty of places you're not allowed to go.
Where?
And if
where are you not allowed to go?
Oh
where?
My God.
Be specific.
Okay,
where are you not allowed to go?
You can't.
That which is asserted without evidence is dismissed without evidence. Don't lie to me. Don't just repeat something that you heard from somebody else and did not verify. Where can you not go, and how did you know? Where's the evidence?
Plenty of places.
Give me one. So it should be easy for you to find just one if there's plenty. Just the one. Just one. I'm asking for just one. Okay. There's plenty. So says you. Where's just one?
Pull up those flight charts that show like the tracks of the planes like taking off and land. Like you can see like all the map of the continents, and then you see their plane routes. Okay. Pull up one of those pictures.
Yeah, you got it. So here's one here.
Yeah, glasses.
There you go. This one went across Antarctica. Look at that.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Let's see. All right. So here's let's get, oh, come on. Switch to it's not switching to the right projection there. There we go. Okay. I'll switch to this one for you so you can see it. So I showed you right here. Here's the actual flight right there. Flight QF-14 from, I think it's from Darwin to, I forget the name of the other. Yeah, there you go. From between Darwin, Australia. It started here in Argentina. Right? So I'll show you that on a globe, and you can see where it went in relation to Antarctica. So just a second here. All right. Wow. Just see her neck. Lovely. Lovely. All right. All right. Okay, so here's the globe, and here's the flight. I'll show you. It went from there you go. Here's where it started here, right there. And what you can do is on here you can go measure distance, and then you choose the other place. This went to Darwin.
What?
Which is
little globe using as a cartoon.
All right, so here you go. This is the actual flight. They went across Antarctica. There it is. So what's your issue now? You asked me to bring something up. I brought it up for you. Here, I'll show you the flight
That's
again.
not what I wanted.
There's the flight right there. All right. What did you want? You wanted a flight. You wanted to see if flights go across Antarctica. There it is.
No, that's not what you show me. That's not what I wanted.
What did you want?
Show you this. Here's what I want. Here's what I want. Here's what I want. Oh, I got it here. Hold on. Get that in. Okay. So, like, for example, you see what I'm put me back on the screen.
All right, hold on. All right, we see your neck again.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, these are flight paths, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, you can't just go this way as far as you want. You can't just go this way as far as you want. You can only go here with someone else flying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can't go. You can't start here.
Where's
I'm just gonna go this way.
Where is this documentation at? Do you have any documentation of that, or is it just you saying it?
It can't be done. You're not physically capable.
I get that you have a religious belief that you say it can't be done, but do you have any documentation that it can't be done? Or is it just your religious belief? Because just saying something without evidence is a religion.
You can't. Nobody's doing it. No, it can't be done. It's not doing it.
Saying it can't be done again is still just a religious belief. All you've done is said. Now if you say it multiple times, then it's just a mantra. Can you actually show where you can't do it? When you actually show that you can't fly there?
Yeah. Well, how do we do it? How would we do it, Tim?
I just showed you the flight. I just showed you the flight that actually did it.
I want to go from here and end up here. I want to go from here and come over here.
Okay, well, charter that flight. Charter that flight. You of course you can. Well, you'd have to have money.
No. To get here, I'd have to go like this way. I want to go this way.
You could super
and end up here.
Charter that flight, and you can if you buy yourself a plane and then hire yourself a pilot and go do it.
Yeah.
But just saying it's not possible is a religious position, Vlad. It's not an intellectual position.
Well, who's done it? I showed it to you. No, but show me who went from here and ended up here. Who did that?
Where I was just white.
Who went from here and flew this way and got up here?
Up where?
Not going this way. Go.
Why would they do that?
Well, I want to.
I get that you want to do it, but why would somebody else be motivated to take that arbitrary route?
To do it for the heck of it. You just want to have some fun and do it.
Sure, but for the cost, why can't you do it? Why would you for the heck of it do it? You need some motivation. For the heck of it isn't a great reason to do stuff.
What? If I had to do it, I'd show.
Awesome.
I would want to do it to show. Awesome.
Maybe you could find a rich friend to do it and say, "Hey, let's for the heck of it take this ridiculously long flight in a path that doesn't make any sense for the heck of it," and he'll say, "Yeah, you bet, Vlad. That sounds like a fun for the heck of it thing to do."
But
or not
doesn't happen.
Or he might say, "Why would you do that?"
Can't go. You can't do well. Why not? I want to do it, but I can't.
Why can't you? Again, it's just a mantra. You're repeating a religious mantra. Stop repeating a religious mantra and actually show some evidence for it. Is there documentation for it?
Okay, I could do it.
I'm showing you documentation of a real flight.
No, bro. Right? That's what I showed you. I want to go from here to here.
Okay, then do it. Go ahead.
I can't.
Buy a plane, hire a pilot, and do it.
I don't have enough money for that.
Okay, then you're not going to be able to do it. Who cares about your arbitrary demands? See, what you've done is you've said that it's impossible.
So not possible. So there's places.
But you've never
you can't go. There's places you can go.
That's again a religious mantra. Can you actually show some evidence for it? Oh, just a second here. Hold on a second. Just a second. Do you want some? No, anyway. Let's see. I'm feeling a little peckish for some some tea. So just a second. Tea, Earl Grey hot. There we go. Oh, it is Earl Grey. I need a little. Is this Wait, there's one that's already open. Go get the open. All right, I got my tea, and it's Earl Grey, and it's hot, and it's got this logo. Isn't Star Trek, but it's close. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Vlad?
Let's see.
It's just thrown out.
You moved it.
Hold on, I'll bring it back up.
It.
Not only is it tea Earl Grey hot, it's tea Earl Grey really hot. Thank you. There you go. There it is. It's the Space Force mug.
What happened to Space Force?
Nothing. It's still there.
No, but Donald Trump was supposed to create Space Force. Why don't we have it?
He did. We have it.
Where the space troopers?
There's no space troopers.
That's
a movie.
That's a movie. We were supposed to have. I know. There's a lot. All that stuff's in movies. I've been saying that.
Yeah, but in reality,
Space Force?
There are Space Force bases.
Where's the Space Force?
Yeah,
Donald Trump, who I find an interesting character. I like the Donald Trump character. He's a lot of fun.
But he did create Space Force. I've got a patch, a Space Force.
So where those soldiers doing some shooting the lasers in space and all that?
Again, that's just movies. That's not reality. I live in reality where that's not a thing.
Space Force is not reality?
No, Space Force is reality. What you're describing is fantasy.
Who's in Space Force?
I don't know the names of the people in
Who's
Space
in it?
Force.
Where can you enlist? I know you can enlist in the Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines. Where can you enlist in Space Force and then go to space and shoot lasers? Where can I do that?
That's not what they do.
What do they do?
At least not yet. That's not
what they do.
They are in charge of the military satellites, military launch bases, things like that. That's what they deal with. So
military launch bases?
Yeah,
what are you talking about, man?
There's a Space Force base in California, I believe.
Wow.
Here you go. All right. Magus 123 says Deputy Chief
California.
Hold on. You asked who? Answer. Ready? Answer. Deputy Chief Philip Garrett. If Magus 123 is correct, that's who. So if you really want to enlist, I don't know if they're looking. I don't know if they're looking for non-graduates from art school. That are 52 years old to enlist, but you could call them up.
Who are the cadets? Can I see a picture of the cadets in their space uniform?
That's not actually how it works. Okay, Vandenberg.
Space Force proves it's all a bunch of baloney.
Are you in California?
Yeah.
All right. The Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Yeah, I'll go there. Yeah, I'll go. Okay, that's cool. I'm still on Earth though. There's a Space Force base. That's awesome. I can go there and see all the pictures. That's cool. I'm gonna check it out. It sounds cool. Like SpaceX is in Hawthorne. I've driven by. They have like this rocket looking thing on the front lawn. So awesome. They go to Mars. I hear they go to Mars.
They're planning it. Okay. All right. Hey, let's get this.
I gotta go, man. Look, we had a long talk. Time to hit the road. Tune, my old buddy. Yeah.
All right.
Got to see my beautiful children. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Just don't tell them. Don't ruin them by saying any flat Earth crap. Let your mom teach them about the shape of the Earth. All right.
She converts. Yeah.
Or your dog.
Okay. Hey, that was great. I hope you recover from the shellacking you just received. And we should do it again.
Sounds like
I'd be happy to come on again. All right. Okay, brother. Yeah. All right.
We'll see you.
Out. All right. Bye. Good night.
Oh dear. He thought he won. I think it's cute when they think that. All right. I got some things to read here. Some super chats. All right. That was a haul. Let me make sure I got all right. Um, he thought he did well. So much denial. All right, let's first go over this here. Did he say NASA? Does Space Force count? I'm gonna circle that one, but I don't think I'm gonna get it because I got angular resolution there. He didn't bring up. He didn't talk about the dome firmament. He couldn't do math, so I'm gonna say that. But we didn't talk about gravity. He didn't talk. See, I don't have anywhere. I got nothing. I got no bingo. He didn't say wandering stars. He didn't say pressure without a container. So no bingo this time. But all right, Icy Spin says Blue Marble will make him cry. Play CGI or not. Yeah, he exemplifies the third law of Flerf, I think, as strongly as anybody else. Third law is the dual standard. You know, anything that is for flat Earth totally accept, and anything that isn't, they completely reject. This is one of the 5 aspects of a science denier, referenced in Lee McIntyre's book. Is it Lee McIntyre? How to Talk to a Science Denier. He lists 5 things. His 5th one is the dual standard of evidence. So, and I have that as the third law of Flerf. You know, he showed what he thought was a flat horizon, which was actually curved up and down. He said it's not the title says it's not a fisheye lens. That's all he needed to accept that it was not a fisheye lens. Of course, not understanding that a heavy barrel distortion is a non-fisheye lens still. And every time I say heavy barrel distortion, I think of the video game. If you've played the video game Heavy Barrel, give me a 1 in the chat. Melodic Lyrics says, can he tell us how much curve is in a shot glass? No, that requires math, and he don't math. Icy Spin says, why do stars spin in opposite directions at the poles? That's a good one. I love hearing them talk in circles about that. Literally talk in circles. Get that? Oh, it's so sad. So sad to see him do that. But it's so fun to paint them into a corner. Randy Leahy. Love that name. Randy Leahy. You don't know who I'm talking about. Sucks to be you. Randy Leahy says, no longer voting flats. Rad Vlad for DK Champ 2024. Top left. Indeed. No, it helps if they have their own channel, though, because then that gives them lots of opportunities to spread the derp. He does have a channel, but there's hardly any flat earth nonsense on it. I mean, maybe there is. I didn't look very much. Most of his videos that got views are of his dogs. So not too interesting there. Well, I mean, that's probably better than any flat earth content. But for top left, we're out of luck if he's just showing his dogs. Unless maybe he could teach his dogs all the flat earth proofs. How about that? There we go. Got box elder bugs. Just threw one in the garbage there. It's that time of year. The Sun Express says, Vlad, explain how the solar eclipse of April 8, 2024, in particular, the track of the shadow works on the dirt pizza frisbee flat earth. I can answer for him. He will say the ancients have been predicting eclipses for centuries using flat earth. Because he will just parrot what he heard somebody else say. Of course, Saros cycles is what they're talking about. And it's only a table. It's not of numbers. It has nothing to do with geometry. And it doesn't determine it's the location or the totality or the time or anything, not even a guarantee that it's going to happen. I got it right here. Here is the April 8. Let's get it. April 8, 2024, predicted years ago. There it is. Right there, going right across Texas, where I will be. If you're interested and you want to watch the eclipse with me, send me a message. I'll let you know where we're going to be. I'll probably publish it as we get closer. I haven't yet figured out anything, but probably I'm going to do. I've looked at where a town is. I'm going to see if maybe one of the businesses there don't mind if we set up shop. in their yard or something in the parking lot. So Alyssum says favorite Swift song, and whichever one my wife tells me. I tried to not say your name to him. He still figured it out. So when he was on FDFE with Alyssum, there was some stuff that went on that was apparently pretty. I didn't watch it. I haven't seen that one. But Alyssum was mentioning it earlier today. And so before the video, I said, hey, to Vlad, you know, whatever that bad blood is, maybe you could be the bigger man and offer an olive branch to Alyssum. Instead, he got upset. He vented at me. This is minutes before the show started. And I'm like, all right, I give you a chance to do the right thing. And he couldn't. So, it's free. It costs nothing to be nice to somebody. If I were in his position and I had said something like that to Alyssum, I would have said, you know what? I was in that. I maybe was in the wrong, and I was maybe wronged. I will take my part, and I will own it, and I will apologize for it. And without expecting anybody else to first apologize to me. That's the right thing to do. Right? He wouldn't do that. So, Alyssa, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, he knew your questions. Jiffy Jiffwald says, my tithe to the Temple of Tune, a NASA subsidiary. It's funny. Chris says, and thank Neil for being the lead high priest of the Temple of Tune. They do love the appeal to authority fallacy when it comes to Neil. Like, it's such a deeply dishonest thing, right? Because, do we think that everything he says is true? We don't. We're not like you. We don't just parrot things, flat earthers. How many times did Vlad parrot something without having any clue about it? The Antarctic Treaty, you can't go there, right? What he would have said, no doubt, about eclipses, the sea too far, all of he was littered with repeating things that he heard elsewhere and just believed. We don't believe that. You shouldn't. You should. Maybe people do, right? Certainly people do. I'll say that. People do. Don't. So, and yes. And I don't, and it struck him as weird when I said, yeah, Neil was wrong. Why would he think that I would not say that Neil was wrong about something? That's weird. That's weird that he would think that somebody would not just call out a wrongness in some. It's Trash Vulture Lies says, I'll see you in Texas, brother. Great stuff today. Awesome. Well, as we get closer, I will say figure out where it's going to be, where we're going to meet, and anybody that wants to can join in. Fa of the QTube family says, I have a Rubik's Cube by my name. Did someone gift me a membership? If yes, thanks. P.S. I fixed the typo in my username. Fa of the QTube family. All right. Here's right there. Casey Cooper, is it because Neil excels at breakdancing? He is quite the breakdancer. But Simon Dan in April, I think, is going to win. I think this will make it a three-peat for Simon Dan against Neil. If he wins, of course. Assuming Simon Dan and Neil will go to the finals again, because they always do. So, Fa of the QTube family says you can't have lasers without a container. Jiffy Jiffwald says he came to a battle of evidence with wits unarmed. Yeah, he was going to have impenetrable evidence, and he's like just asking questions. You don't establish the shape of the Earth by asking questions about things you don't understand of another person's shape of the Earth. That doesn't establish your positive position of the shape of the Earth. All it does is show you don't understand their position. A fine thing to do if you don't understand their position. But then to get the answer and reject it as if you know better than them when you pretended to ask them the question, right? How far around Antarctica is it on Flat Earth? I in the video that I put out a couple days ago on Conspiracy Tunes, in a debate I was in with Witsit, it was asked, what's the perimeter of Antarctica? Witsit did not answer. It should be a very simple question, right? Antarctica is near the 65th latitude. You could estimate, give a rough estimate of that. What are the dimensions of the flat Earth? You think the Earth is flat. What are the dimensions of it? And people use the excuse, they're like, oh, we're not allowed to go everywhere. Fine. You're wrong. You can go to Antarctica. But let's forget that. What's the circumference of 40 degrees south latitude? You can't claim you're not allowed to go there. Right? So just what is the circumference of it? They still can't answer. When you take away their excuse, then they'll just run. So I posted today on Facebook a picture, right, of this saying, what is the circumference of 65 degrees south latitude or Antarctica or 40 degrees south latitude? Any of those. And no answers, of course. Because flat earthers can't answer that, that tells you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. So, all right, let me keep moving here. Wow, there's a lot. Thank you so much. All right. Oh no, it's Andy says, this talk reminds me of a cat playing with a mouse. Vlad, you are not the cat. Be careful you don't get pushed off the edge. Icy Spin says there's something wrong with that mountain. Yeah, that mountain was just a cloud. That's funny. How many clouds have flat earthers mislabeled as mountains? So many. Alyssum, years later, still no map, and you have to call pilots liars. I offered to take you along on a flight years ago. You haven't. You never had rebuttals, only insults. Yes, that tells us. That tells a lot. It's yep. Raman Ortiz, who has declared over and over that he wants to debate me, and I say, super, let's set it up. Email me, mctoon@mctoon.net, and we will do it. I don't know what part of the country, what part of the globe you live on, but I'm ready. And if your time zone doesn't line up well with the United States, I will work to find a solution, a time that works for us, Raman. But whenever I say that to him in the comments, he says instead that he thinks that I'm not ready for him. I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm ready, Raman. Let's do it. Let's go. Alyssum says, Raman is here. Has he emailed you yet? Let me check. No. Of course not. Why would he do that? That would mean that he was actually ready to debate me. Professor Parks, PhD, says, Vlad, does Uranus angular size when you talk about the flat Earth? You mean, does Uranus change in angular size when you talk about the flat Earth? PhD Tony says, is it truly the case that Vlad has nothing better to do with his limited time on Earth than spout BS? Yeah. What else is he going to do? Serena's one says, Toon needs a blobfish emoji. Should call. I tried to add a Mikey Smith emoji. I was sent a Mikey Smith emoji. Let's see. From, I won't say your name. I have them. They're sitting right there. I couldn't find it. And I'm like, did they take it away? And there's some talk that they might have taken away emoji, like can't add them. I don't know. Position, because I Googled it and everything was out of date. It's like, go to here, but like all the things have moved. So anyway, I want to get a Mikey Smith emoji in there for you. Janusz Taka says, I have a non-GoPro camera too. I can confirm it has quite a lot of barrel distortion. Yes. You need to have, well, and it did say, we found out later, it says not fisheye, which leaves a whole lot of possibilities. Strong barrel distortion is not fisheye. Obviously, that was strong barrel distortion. Randy Leahy, again, says, Vladdy boy, all 500 of us can see that you got called out fair and square. Be a man and admit you're wrong. Have some dignity. He doesn't. Alyssum says, Mage 2 mic drop. It's funny because, you know, when you control for the things that he says you need to control for, right? The cockpit. He wanted to go with cockpit adding curve, and I showed him the cockpit doesn't add curve. Then what? He painted himself in a corner. He says, oh, the distance makes it appear curved because of word. Okay, so then you wouldn't ever accept anything because the distance makes it distorted. Oh, but this one he will accept because it makes it, he think, look flat, but it doesn't. It's from a barrel distorted lens. The dual standard. Kuras says, anyway, so back to Mage 2. Yeah, Mage 2. I don't use Mage 2 because that's Mr. Sensibles. I use others. I like Dwayne Kellum, a flat earther. And he used a lens that doesn't have barrel distortion, a Sony FE 1.8, I believe. So it doesn't add distortion. And when you actually look at the analysis of it, right? So this is the where they go. He's like, well, there is no perfect lens. You're right, but you still can control for it. You can look at the amount of distortion the lens does add, and then you can look to see how much curve there is in the photograph. If there is more curve in the photograph than the amount of curve that the lens adds, then you know that at least you have more curve than straightness, right? It's not straight. If the curve was the same as what the lens adds, then it's straight. If it's more curved than the lens adds, then it definitely is curved. The other way is you can look above and below center of frame, because the curve of a barrel distortion lens or a pincushion lens is curved differently above and below the center of frame. So if the amount of curve is the same above and below, or at least the direction, then you know without a doubt that there is a curve and it does go that direction. It's not as easy to quantify, but you at least have a qualitative test. He didn't like that though. Kuras says Vlad's nervous giggles because he's being shown things he cannot accept is adorably rad. That is rad, Vlad. Cody Payne says Sony flurfs think they're Sherlock on something when they start analyzing every iota of body language and thinking it's a tell. Oh yeah, he thought this was a tell, and he thought this. Can you see it? This was all right. Hold on. It's the tag, and so the reason why is, like I said, there's box elder bugs, and there was one flying around. He's now in the garbage, and they land on you. If you've not been where there are box elder bugs, they land on you. So then they're crawling around. You're like, what? And then you back your neck. You're like, there's a box elder bug. Now they don't bite or anything, or they're not gross, and they don't smell bad at least. So you just take it and you get rid of it. But it's still like my nerves are like, there's a bug somewhere. So that's what I was doing when I felt the tag. Anyway, yeah, they think everything's a tell. Look, I have evidence, you don't. I don't need a tell. I don't need anything. You didn't bring any evidence. You just made religious claims. So, Holden McGroin says, that's so funny. I don't think the word fact means what Vlad thinks it means. Correct. I mean, he just kept saying it's a fact. How is that? You can't just declare it to be a fact. Vlad, you're not supreme ruler of the universe. And even then, you don't actually get to declare facts to be fact. All right, where did it? Hold on a second. There it is. Okay. Whew. I thought I lost my rad Vlad. There it is. All right. Bingo sheet. So, Eric Burns says, raise the camera higher. I want to see his nose. When he's like showing his neck. He put it right here. Like, why are you doing that? PhD Tony says, Rad is very nice to his pet puppy. So he can't be all bad. Yeah, he showed me his dogs before we started to. And they're cute puppies. Little Spuds McKenzie dogs. I was really hoping to be able to talk to his mom. Like, everybody wants an interview with Cece's wife. Industrial Nerd, do you think we can get her email address? And just ask if she'll do an interview? I think so. That'd be so good. Alyssum says he's so proud he passed art school and thinks he knows more than every scientist and navigator on Earth. His art school should give him a refund. How does this work? Because you're standing here? Why does the light bend? Right? He rejects light bending at all. Right? There's something wrong with that laser. There's something wrong with that sunbeam. And as soon as he got that you could tell he had the stool. He had the light up high and the stool. And I'm like, yeah, turn off the light and let's see if the bottom of the stool is lit up. He knew where that was going. Pat in the chat says, if a rocket can push off of air, why can't I? If a rocket can push off of air, why can't I? Oh, yeah. If you've ever gone bowling in a wheelchair and not locked the tires, why do I know this? That's a story for a different time. But if you've ever gone bowling in a wheelchair and not locked the tires when you swing, you'll know you don't need to push off of air. Because if you used a balloon that was larger than the bowling ball, you wouldn't have the same experience. Esteban Ilabaca says, Vlad, you got it. That's a reaction engine at work. This is talking about the rocket, the two cannonballs. One of them formed into an actual cannon. Expelled mass from a combustion chamber through a nozzle. It's even more efficient in space since there is no air resistance. It also works within it. Yeah, Vladdies are so bad at math. Every once in a while you see one post NASA's rocket equation formula, and they're like, ha, rockets push off of air. But when you look at the formula, you subtract the air pressure. And so when the air pressure is next to zero, essentially zero, you get more thrust. It's the first law of Flirt. They just are so bad at math that they can't even realize that they just disprove themselves. It's so funny. Like, we're smarter than everybody. No, you're not. C3P Hole says, I was in the Marine Corps. You can zoom in on an individual people with satellites, watch them smoking and everything. Really? Wow. I'd love to. That's probably Space Force type technology. I'd love more information on that, whatever is available. But yeah, you do need a large aperture for that kind of stuff. And if they're moving, if the satellite is moving, then you have to be constantly changing the angle to it. And of course, within a short amount of time, it's going to be out of view. So you'd have to have another satellite. Maybe there is. Probably any of that kind of stuff would be classified. I don't know. Fa of the QTube family says the dog is cute and smarter than his daddy. Cretan Bull says Effie demanding pictures that they just call fake. And of course, that's it, right? It's a dishonest move, right? If you look at it with zero analysis and just say fake, then you're not being honest. Got a lot of flurf. Stringfellow Hawk says the James Webb Telescope cost about $10 billion, and they aren't going to use that to prove to a couple of flurfs that the Earth is a globe. No, indeed they're not. Well, I mean, they already have. Every single picture that they send back establishes that the Earth is a globe. But of course, flurfs will just hand wave deny it. So yeah, thank you for that. $10 super chat, Stringfellow Hawk. Slithery says, tell Vlad to watch Starship IFT2 in a few days. Yes. Oh, it's scheduled for Friday, the Starship launch, the second one. Hopefully it happens. I'm super excited. I saw late yesterday that they were talking about the approval had come through from the FAA, I think. And so they were waiting on the Fisheries and Wildlife approval for the water on the deluge system. We'll see. Hopefully it goes. I want it to go. They have a handful of rockets ready to go too, right? They're going to launch this one, throw it away. They could probably a few days later launch another one if they got approval. Who knows what they might want to do, because they're building them quick, man. They are on fire there. Fa the QTube family says earlier he said he wasn't a parrot, yet he parrots talking points about the Antarctic Treaty. Exactly. I don't know. I was a little giddy when he started going for the Antarctic Treaty. Obviously, he didn't watch the video I did on my Conspiracy Tunes channel. Well, it was perfect, though. He said exactly the same thing that all of the other flurfs always say, and they specifically attribute it to the Antarctic Treaty. Right now, some flat earthers have been around a little longer. They're like, oh, well, no, it's not in the treaty. It's somewhere else. Okay, but then why did you say it was in the Antarctic Treaty? Right? Because you're a parrot. You're a mindless parrot. Somebody else said it. You blindly believed it. That's what you did. Don't be that person. Go read the treaty. And Vlad said he hadn't read the treaty. How many pages is it, people? In the chat, how many pages is the Antarctic Treaty? Trash Vulture Lies is a new member at Newton. Thank you for that. Stringer News 1 says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Question mark. There you go. Stringer News 1 got it right. That guy in the kilt detailing did. So did Clive Wells. Copper and Quarter got it right. It's 7 pages. If you watch my video, I made a point of it. Martin H says 7 with big letters. There's more pages in the French, Spanish, and Russian ones. Well, the French for sure, I think is 11. So I got the French one coming out in a little bit here. And then I'm waiting for Siggy, who's doing the Spanish one. And I'm forgetting the name of the person that's doing the Russian one. But I'll space them out. They're coming. Trash Vulture Lies says, I'll see you in Texas, brother. Great stuff today. Thank you. I read that earlier. Geebgen says, Vlad's a noob. Juvenile GPS coordinates more fun. That is fun to go to those town names. That's not tonight. The Casual Engineer says, hi, Toon. Flights go places that flurfs cleverly ignore. Yes. Why can't I do that? Well, of course you can take that flight. Why would you want to? It's a ridiculous flight to take. But if you owned a plane and employed a pilot, you could do that. But they won't let you. Says who? They won't let you because they're not going to let you steal a plane and force a pilot to take a ridiculous flight. But if you had the money, you could. It's not for the heck of it. Seriously, for the heck of it. That's what he wanted. Casey Cooper says, Rad Vlad proved he knows nothing. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. Geebgen has Has some coordinates. Okay, jeez. What am I doing with these coordinates? Need to switch the... There it is. This is from Geeb Jen. He gave 2 coordinates. So this is nipple top. This is a mountain. I bet. Yeah, there it is. Summit with snowshoeing and hiking trails. And there it is in New York, upstate New York there. And then another one. It's nearby. Oh my goodness. Dix Mountain. Camping and hiking in a scenic backdrop. So there you go. Right next to... It's funny. All right. Well, thank you for that, Geeb Jen. Just a messenger says Flurfy want a cracker. Squawk. Great job calling them out on that tune. GL2F. Thank you. Yeah, you got a light of Flurf. And C3PO says the satellite moved in a figure 8 over the Middle East. I'll email you some stuff, but yes, it's classified tech. Figure 8 over the Middle East. So in order to be somewhat stationary, it needs to be in a an orbit. There's only, how you do orbits. You don't have a lot of choices. The laws of physics don't get to do what the movies say you can do, right? So they're like, we're moving the satellite now. Like, you can change a satellite's orbit. But it's not stationary over something. Like in the movies, they're moving it, and then they'll just zoom in on somebody, and they're like watching somebody from a high angle, and the angle that the satellite has to the people isn't changing, and you're seeing them close up. If you're not in a geostationary orbit, then the satellite is moving in relation to the ground. Unless there's a different type of orbit that I'm unaware of. So, Copper and Quarter says, I've been to the top of that mountain a few times. Really? Nipple top? And Dick's Mountain Wilderness. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'll be interested to see that. But yeah, why is that not a thing? How much money do you think they're going to make? And flat earthers, there's multiple different things that they imagine would be a money-making opportunity. They're like, why didn't they put a camera on the moon to give live 24-hour video of the Earth? Why would that be any different than what Himawari 8 gives you, or what the Discover satellite gives you, or what the EchoStar satellites give you? How would that be any different? Just because it's on the moon, right? EchoStar, Himawari, Discover, you reject all of them anyway. So a video camera on the moon, you will also reject because you're dishonest. So why would that one be any different? You already reject all the others. You're dishonest. You lie about everything. So what? You're going to lie about that one if it happens. So when Artemis goes there, you're going to call all of the video and photograph fake anyway. They already called everything from Artemis 1 fake. So what difference does it make? Everything is automatically fake for you guys. So demanding some other thing, you're just going to claim that it's fake also. So anyway. Satellites have a limited amount of fuel. Yeah, it takes fuel to change their orbit. It takes fuel to move around, and there's a limited amount of fuel. It's not very easy to refuel. So, Copper and Quarter is looking for subs. Go subs to his stuff there. Some of it's pretty cool. It's if you like chemistry, it's applied chemistry. So, I can't wait for what they say about Artemis 2. Oh, yeah. I mean, they've already said Artemis 1 is all fake. So what are they going to say about Artemis 2? All of the same things that they said about Artemis 1. Let's say that Artemis 3, which is intended to land on the moon, let's say it lands on the moon. And then they have a video from the moon of the Earth while they're there. What will flat earthers say? They will say it's fake. Giving them exactly what they want, then the goalposts immediately move. That's what they always do. They're like, well, we want to go and independently explore Antarctica. Well, the treaty says you can. Well, it's expensive. You didn't say you wanted a free trip to Antarctica. Well, we want to go independently. Okay, what would you do in Antarctica to explore it, to establish to your satisfaction the shape of the Earth? We want to freely explore it. Now, what would you actually do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go there and do celestial navigation? Oh, you can't do celestial navigation. Do you want to go there and run a GPS and see if the geographic South Pole is actually at 90 degrees south? Oh no, that you don't trust GPS. Would you want to go there and just try to go on a straight path all the way across it? Okay. Do that. Well, it's expensive. Yeah, so what? That doesn't mean you can't go there. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It's expensive. Yeah, hard things are expensive. Right? I want to swim from Cuba to Key West. And I'm just hypothetically, let's say that somebody actually did. My wife watched this movie a while ago about it. Is it cheap? No. It's going to be expensive. You need to have a boat that goes next to you the whole time, or you just want to do it on your own. Well, good luck. You'll be, it's a few days of swimming. You might get lost and you might turn into shark food. So, Leotis Chiron says if we let them go and paid for the tickets, they still couldn't do it because you have to prepare for cold weather. They can't even do a solid Google search to be bothered to read results. Yes, that's how lazy flat earthers are. They will declare things about the Antarctic Treaty, having never read it. That's how stupid and lazy and gullible they are. You're not woke. You're not special. I mean, you're special. Like your mom says you're special. That's the kind of special you are. You're short bus special. So, yeah, they heard it somewhere. Somebody else said it. Therefore, they accepted it blindly. That is called indoctrination. The same people will accuse us of being indoctrinated. Tell you what, accepting what somebody else says could be classified in a broad sense as indoctrination. Let's instead say, how about point out something wrong, right? Let's see if it's something wrong. Instead of accepting something without checking on it, fine. Show where it's wrong. That's all you got to do. All right. So I got a message from, well, I won't say their name. Mostly because there it is. Okay. Did you give, all right. I'll just say, I don't like to give people's names when they email me. So somebody emailed me about Antarctica and proving to flat earthers about Antarctica. Here's the thing about flat earthers. If you propose something to them, it will not be good enough. They have to propose it, right? It will not be good enough even then, but at least you can highlight their hypocrisy. So the thing, I don't know, I hope you're watching. The subject is, I have an idea to end the flat earth debate. So described something of how to pay for something for flat earthers to do in Antarctica, but they will not accept that evidence. That's the thing. It's, bring them there, pay to bring them there, and then let them stay there for 24 hours and see if the sun is ever due south. the flat earthers that have been kicking around for a while, they don't deny that if you go to Antarctica, within the Antarctic Circle, that you can see that the sun is up, or at least it's lit for 24 hours, whether it's cloudy or not. That's a different thing, right? If you go there for one day, it might be cloudy. The thing is, it's impossible on flat Earth for it to be lit. And it's really easy to see, right? Here's their map. Like, that's not our map. Well, what's the map? Don't have a map. Oh, well, then those of you that say that this is your map, and they'll say this is their map until you question the map. Then they're like, that's not my map. Yes, it is. You said it earlier. All right, so here's Antarctica. You go there. You go to the just the little place here that is easy. There's cruises here, right? Touristy spots here, right off the south part of South America. You go there within the Antarctic Circle, and if if the sun is ever, goes around you this way, so that 24 hours it's up, and due south, you can see it. You can look at it due south, right? So at, middle of the night, it's this way. You're seeing it this way. But they think the sun is here. The North Pole gets zero light. It's dark, dark, dark at this North Pole for months. But here they are within the Antarctic Circle, looking due south towards the outside of the dirt pizza, and they can see the sun. How does the light get there when it doesn't get to the North Pole? That makes no sense. And they know they have nothing, and so then they have to run from that map. Well, what map is the right map? Yes, they'll say that you see daylight but not sunlight. Okay. That doesn't help you, right? That's obviously a straw grasp, because at the North Pole, which is closer to where the sun is, it's dark. So where is the light coming from? It's just light. Where's it coming from? I don't know. That doesn't work. So now it's finally the right temperature. It's really tea Earl Grey warm is what I need. Let's see. The Grumpy Old Mechanic says Antarctic Logistics will provide a fully supported ski trip for about $85,000. The next trip departs November 18. It's just a few days. Their complaint will be that it's guided and you're not allowed to go off of where the guided tour says you can go. Yep. And the reason why, of course, is because if you get hurt, the people that are doing the tour are the ones liable for it. So they're going to say, not because of the treaty, but because of lawyers. And because they don't want to go hunting for you because you went off skiing somewhere else. So if you want to go explore, and wherever you want to explore, then you're going to have to be the one that's organizing the trip. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean you can't go. You still can go, but it's going to be expensive. And they talk about you have to do an environmental impact study, and that'll cost $1 million. Anyway, that video is coming. That's what the I don't think he's a lawyer anymore Taboo Conspiracy said in his video. All right. Well, I am planning on having something on Thursday. I do intend, if you watched any of my podcasts, I did a season of podcasts and I interviewed different people. Eric Burns, who's in the chat right now, was one of them. So I'm intending to kick that back up again. I want to record a whole bunch of them. So it will, what I'm thinking, instead of recording it offline and then sending it out onto my podcast channel, where I wasn't getting the views that I'd get here, I thought, well, that's a lot of work for everybody involved and not getting an appropriate amount of watch time. So what if I recorded it live right here? And then we just do the hour, the podcast version of it, and then have a talk afterwards. I think that's what I would like to do, at least for several people. So Cody Payne is going to be on there. Eric Eric's like, I still feel dumb for the mistakes. Eric, if you want to be on there. And then I've already talked with, it was a while ago, I've talked with Professor Phil Bell and PhD Tony and Jorge, who's a guy on TikTok. So it doesn't need to be somebody that's, you don't have to have a PhD or anything. If you have a something that you can present that might be interesting of kind of a scientific or a technical nature, let me know. And you don't need to have, you don't need to have a visual presentation. It's intended to be a podcast. So it's actually better if it's not visual. If you can just talk intelligently about something that nerds might find cool for an hour, then you're the one I want to talk to. So send me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net. I will be trying to do these on Thursday nights, though obviously people's schedules may vary. So if it doesn't work for you, then we can maybe try to find something else. So that's what I've got. That's what it is for today. And if you have, is this it? Yes. If you have, just wait, is that it? That's not it. Oh, there it is. If you were here on Sunday, Ion made a new outro song, and this will be the new outro song. People, thank you very much for joining. Thank you to Rad Vlad for being Rad Vlad and providing a little bit of entertainment for us while we learn, hopefully, a little bit of science. And I will see you all next time. Here we go.
MC Toon, drop that beat.
All right. Let it flow. Let yourself go. So I know that is the tempo.
So, yeah, let's do this song.
Let's do this. Yo, it's MC Toon, the debunking tycoon. I shatter flat earthers, make them face the moon. Your attempts are decent, but they'll swoon in the face of my logic like a deflated balloon.
Oh, MC Toon, the one soon cartoons. Unreal say send it first to their views. Your theories are like old brews, sweeping ignorance or just spreading the views.
FDFE stands for fumbling the facts, evidently. I drop truth bombs so splendidly. Your approach is soft, mine's unrelenting. I bring the science while you're just venting.
MC Toon, the buffoon with silver spoons. I have the pseudoscience, make them change their tune. You're the sidekick, I'm the room. When it comes to debunking, I'm the room.
In the rizzle dizzle. But hey, FTFE, we share the creed to educate and debunk the plant the seed. Though in this rap, it's clear indeed I've got the upper hand in word and deed. All right, hold on a second. The Zoom call died. Everything died. No.